Welcome back to Bridge the Gap. This is the show where we talk to interesting people such as yourself, Sir Tizzy. I should say Sir Tizzy, not Mr. Tizzy. It's a very different distinction. And
Either one,
my name is Holden Stephan Roy, as you know. And we here with the second round of Sir Tizzy. So that means that we're not going to do the classic opening question because we did that in part one. So watch part one if you want to see the whole Sir Tizzy life story as he walks us through Maryland and 10 years ago in college, being the guy and coming through and then taking over. And then what y'all really want to see is literal tears come out of Sir Tizzy's eyes as he finds out he
look,
got like
man.
some five-figure following or monthly listeners, and then he was like on the wrestling show. He found out AEW in the introduction when Mans is coming out. Which Mans? Don't even ask me. I just know it happened, and then it happened more than once. And then I bragged about
Yeah.
that to my homeboy. Like, yeah, I know Mans has got like a song up in there. Yeah, wrestling this. Yo, apparently. Yo, side note before we
hmm
get into it, I was doing an interview with some dude in like deep New York, and he like G checked my wrestling
hmm
knowledge. And I was like talking about New Japan and shit, and I passed his check.
Oh, of course, you got to. Nah, once you start talking about MJ or even AJ PW, it's over. They
Uh,
don't do, especially that's how hip it was. You already know we we deep into the interwebs with that shit.
nah, but with that, it was great to have it. So it was at the time the greatest Monday that Sir Tizzy had ever had, if I recall correctly. I hope a better Monday has happened since, to be honest, because I just want to see better things come. But
Nah, you right. You right. So far, I don't know, man. That's still pretty top. It's still pretty top tier, but some better days has like brought itself to the
mm,
forefront. So I'm blessed. I'm still blessed. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? I'm coming up just slightly. I'm coming up a little bit slightly. It's because of y'all, man. It's because of y'all. So I appreciate y'all.
so yeah, what has you been up to over the course of the last year? Tell us a little bit about some of your adventures, Mr. Sir Tizzy.
So last year, well, I guess we'll start. Drop the project beginning of the year, crazy stuff. All that happened. Um, let's see, where do we go? Where do we go from there? I put out a video with I put out two videos actually. One, you saw the recent one, but there was one over the summer I put out for the song Chefin. That's on the same EP that I put out that year. That did pretty well, like 15K. And then I did another one that just came out, but that took forever. We gonna talk about that. Um, and then we also I did a couple more like freestyles and such and things here and there. People started seeing us. It was really me getting like the visual aspect of everything straight. And then now I think I got like a complete system with that. And
What do you mean by the visual
yeah,
aspect? Can you describe that with more detail?
basically just putting out more videos and stuff, like putting stuff with like my actual face in it, I guess. Just getting out there like with my YouTube music videos, like random freestyles or like random promotions or whatever people needed or for real. It was just mainly that, just putting out more content, and um, then towards the end of the year, I actually got nominated to be uh I got nominated to be the best artist in my city. I didn't win, but shout out to the homie who did win, Mike Even, that's my guy. But I was nominated for that. And then what really fueled any fire I had left was when I lost my Instagram account, and that was fun.
Yo, hold up.
But
Sir Tizzy's Instagram account, what happened to that? 'Cause you're not the only person I know
oh
that
man,
happened to, actually. Like, it's been like three or four people I know recent that have had the exact same thing. And shout out EXO for saying you should have won. Because I don't know if you should have won. I'm not. I only know four Baltimore artists, so it's not like I have a huge, saying. But shout out that I'm rooting Sir Tizzy.
no, I was about to say, man, he was there. Well, he won actually. Exoskeleton won graphic designer of the
Yeah, he
year, so
did.
shout out to
I
him.
saw that little like flex with his mask and all that.
Yeah, man. I was like, shout out to you, man. I mean, he deserved it. He's been killing it with that lately, so he deserved that. And the billboard, come on now. That's like, that's big. But for me, I mean, him saying I should have won it says a lot because I didn't think like once all that stuff happened, my account got hacked. Then, um, I was there's a lot of there was a couple funerals that you know what I'm saying. like it was just a lot. A lot was going on around like toward the end, but um. I do like for according to well now where we're sitting at right now is I signed I signed up to do something else with AEW that I can't completely speak about yet. You know what I'm saying? I can't speak on it just yet because we haven't gotten like the full itinerary of the material, but we got some special I'm on, and we got some more songs. I got more songs that I have not like I've been working on since the top. Since I put that project out, I got more joints, like way more joints, like a whole like maybe playlist or something. We'll see how it come out, but it's some crazy stuff coming. It's crazy.
So one of the like more interesting things I found about your last interview, which actually was like for me one of the bigger interviews we had, people like Sir Tizzy and people like your whole
Yo,
little
I'm
crew.
surprised, bro.
I mean,
Thank you, man.
it was. I think I got. I know this isn't just to say it. This is all you, right? Like your people, like 10 of them followed me that day. 10 of them.
Yeah,
That was like wild to me. Like that didn't happen again all year. I never got 10 followers on a single stream again. That's your
look,
people,
man.
man.
Like, yo, man. I mean, what I'm saying, like, so, like, I don't know, like, that's kind of I don't know what it is. Like, I guess it's just how I am with things. But really, for me, it's like I get a high off of making people feel special. I don't care if it's for 2 seconds, 2 minutes, 2 years, 2 decades, 2 centuries where I'm dead and gone, and they'll be like, "Oh, that man Tizzy said made me laugh that one day." That's always been my
Shout out
whole like
Lanson.
stick.
As I said, shout out Lanson with the follow. Lanson, the good MC.
They yeah like that. So like those people like they come through, they support, and I appreciate every single last one of them, man. Like it always warms my heart. It does, to make people happy. I think I mean, I would hope that's why my fiance's still here. I mean, trying to make her, trying to make her happy for the rest of her life. You know what I'm saying? My family, I try to make them smile for the rest of their lives, no matter what I'm doing. So that's my really my thing, man. And I found out, I guess I figured out a way to kind of do it through music and just being there in their lives. That's my whole thing.
I mean, I see the energy you have in you, and I think it's wonderful. Every interaction I've had with you has been a good one. Um,
Yeah, absolutely. And I can say the same thing for you, brother.
I appreciate that. Um,
Yeah,
but what happened with your Instagram account? Because I'm curious to know how you got hacked. Why? Because, it seems like you get
man.
to a certain number of thousands of followers and then some ish happens and then the second account appears. And then, like, I don't know if people getting tricked, if motherfuckers is just getting in some backdoor way. Like, I don't know if you have any information as to what happened.
Only thing I did, I mean, my you see these here, you see these fat fingers right here. They failed me because I was. What happened was I got sent a link for some cryptocurrency trash, and then What I was trying to do was block them before I could say get out of my face. But then instead of hitting the block button, I fat fingered the link, clicked it, and then they just went and grabbed my password. I was like, this is and then I couldn't get it back. IG was telling me 90 days. So there's that. So now I'm stuck with a new account. But what's weird is when I made the new account, well, at first, well, of course, I got like tons and thousands of messages since it happened. And this happened like literally the week of the award ceremony for my city. So I was just sitting there up and on my head in my hands, like trying to figure out what to do now because everybody's messaging me like, "Is this real? Is this you? You trying to message me?" Because they're saying that they're getting hacked and saying that people want to gotta send them passwords or something crazy. Like I don't know, but it was nuts. And I just had this whole like rallying campaign of people of telling people, "Hey, please block that page and block it and get it taken down, report that hoe." Because I can't. They not telling me anything. They're just saying 90 days. So I've just been reporting it and telling people report it. Please report it if y'all watching this right now. Please report it. It's still up. Please report that
Yo, it
drop
really
because
is
it's
still
crazy.
up.
But
And it looks exactly like yours. What they did do is match your profile, whatever you're doing. They matched their name. It's actually really fucking weird because I had to like double check via the chats which Sir Tizzy chat was the right one to tag. Because,
yeah, and I'm glad I was. I'm glad you got it because that just that crushed my crushed my spirits a little bit for a while. Like, and I don't know, but when I made the new page, now it seems like I guess I'm getting a more because a lot of those people are like people that have known what I've been doing for years, but now I'm getting more people that have not, known me from a can of paint, and they're like, "Yo, who are you?" I'm like, "Oh yeah, I've been out here, what I'm saying, and
so,
they just pull up, they just be like, "Oh yeah."
yeah, I wonder if like by accident this like hacking thing just might get you clout because this bot messages the right person on your behalf, and then you're like, bro, I
Listen,
got hacked, and then this guy hits you up like, what the fuck, and you're like, yo, it's my bad, and then y'all become homies.
well, yeah, a couple people are, yeah, a couple people probably came through the hack, and then I kept putting, like I said, I was really when I started putting the videos out, that's what happened. And then once the videos started coming out, more people are like, "Oh, this is you. Ooh, ooh. Oh, this is you. Oh, hey, what's going on?" And then they just random new people just started bumping the music for real. Like my YouTube is actually getting a little nice little numbers for real. So I'm hoping it's sticking and growing to something beautiful. You know what I'm saying? Like, but for right now, I mean, for right now, it is what it is. I mean, I'm still moving through it.
I mean, I'm not like, I think I thought a lot about it because like I don't know, I personally don't have a hot Instagram, so it's like if you hacked my Insta, oh well, it would suck. But like it's more of like a messenger tool in my head, and like I don't know.
Yeah, it is.
But then I thought about my YouTube, and I'd be like, that would fuck my whole
Oh,
life up.
I've had that. Well, we talked about that before. I
Yeah,
had that happen. That we talked about that. We talked about that in the last interview. That happened. That was crazy. So I was hurt about that. But I mean, well, back then when it got hacked, it wasn't even what it is now. So, but still, like I've had that happen. It's terrible, and that's Google. Like that, like
that's it. It's like
that's
that's even
crazy.
worse. Facebook at least pretends
Yeah,
to give you support, right? Like Facebook pretends, like they have the like system, and like you can go through it and you get the bots. Google be like, there is no option. There is nobody. Oh, you're
right,
not famous. Bye.
right. Bye. See you later. Like, oh, you ain't got this amount of stuff. All right, I can't do nothing with that. Like,
Nah.
you're gonna have to go get your clout up on somewhere else. And be like, damn, cuz you just gonna do me like that?
And it's like
But
your best move is to find like a influencer to like care about you.
yeah, man. And I ain't had that. Not back then.
Nah.
That was all me.
But like, so as things have like progressed over the course of the pandemic and shit, do you feel like this has been advantageous to your career?
Um, yeah, still, yes. I would have said the same thing in 2020 though, because I was still getting, numbers then. And then now it's like, because of well, I guess with this stage now everybody's back outside. But for some reason, those same people from that year, I think, are still kind of sticking with me and sticking to what I'm doing. Because I mean, I finished. I don't know. I checked the numbers for the end of the year. I still did like 150 almost. It wasn't bad. Like, but
He means thousand.
yeah,
He
like
doesn't mean just 100.
yeah.
Just because just to like, just in case the people were
I should have
questioning.
said K. I should have said K. I should have said K.
I'm like,
But no, and then yeah, like I did, and then me and my cousin, we still did 50K, and we were like, oh well, shoot, I didn't even know people because once the project was out, I really wasn't like, well, I won't say I wasn't focused on that, but I was still, like I said, I was still putting the videos and stuff out. But me and my cousin was just looking at each other like, well, damn, how did we do that? Like, we didn't even really thank you. Like, but like I said, man, we appreciate it. We're glad that everything is still going on. But to, like I said, to answer the question in question, yeah, like I think it's still, like I think everything is still moving accordingly, man. Like people are still checking me out, bro. Like people still hitting me up, like even with the hack. And I think the hack is starting to get me like newer people. Like, then I don't know, like
What do
it's
you?
this
Sorry,
weird
the hat.
energy about this year, bro.
You said the hat.
The hack, like the hack. When my John got hacked, like
Oh, the
nah,
hack.
like
I heard the hat, and I'm like, shit. What do I? What hat are we talking about? Did I miss something?
I could have said the sorting hat, and everybody would been like, "What?" Like, but nah, like, no, but yeah, like it's just weird energy this year, man. I don't know,
Yo,
like so far, bro. It's like been all positive, bro. Like I don't know. It's been getting real, man. I'm about to be a married man. Like, it's getting real. It's getting real.
I'm like happy to hear that. Like, how do you feel like you've influenced this? Like, what are some of the things? Because last time we talked, you were like playing around with marketing and like tapping into some of the paid networks. Have you still been playing with that, or have you like kind of moved on to new shit?
Yeah. No, no, no. Yes. Well, so it's a little bit of that still. I'm still doing that, of course. I still got people that hook me up and help me out for real. But even with that, it's like not only am I doing that, but I'm, like I said, I'm running into newer people now that's able to help me push. And that number of people that's willing to help me push is starting to grow even more now. So I mean, yeah, like I mean everything is still going according to plan, but now it's just a matter of kind of breaking that invisible ceiling that the freaking algorithms keep on having with trying to get more people to see it, you know. But I think the ad spaces are starting to really do that.
And like, how long have you been doing the ad space for? Do you think that there's a correlation between running ads over time and getting the algorithm in your favor?
Yeah, same thing. It's like like I said, I still do the same stuff that I did last time. Now I will say this: I put a little bit more money into it than I did from the last time we talked, and that has helped a lot. Like especially, like I said, when my page got hacked, and I was, like I said, I was just putting videos out. I used that. I was like, okay, so I'm sitting here at like 100 people now, compared to the almost 3K I had. I'm like, all right, I'm gonna have to do something. So I really started. I was like, okay, I'm gonna have to double down on some of this with a little bit more bread and push it. And once I started doing that, like I said, is newer people that's coming in, not knowing who the hell I am from a can of paint. Here, one John, and then everything just started. They was like, "Oh, who's this? Who's this? Who are you? I didn't know you." It sounds crazy, cause you know what I'm saying. And more of those people just started coming through. More and more every day. So far, yeah, it's just like every day I'm meeting new people, man, and I'm hoping that like blossoms into like an even more bigger fan base. I'm hoping, man.
And are you like leveraging the internet further, like stuff like Discord or anything to kind of take these people and move them somewhere?
I thought about that because I know that people. I was going to say, my homie. Shout out to my homie Awkward. Awkward uses Discord, and like a lot of people mess with Discord. I haven't even like. I've actually, I've actually done a Discord interview like this before with a friend of mine from VA who used to go to school with me, and it was interesting. But I definitely thought about doing it. But right as of right now, no, I haven't done that yet.
You know what?
Like I really just been.
As
What's
you
up?
as you said that, I'm like, why the fuck am I paying for Zoom when I could run this all through Discord and force people there?
I mean, true. Yeah. It was like the one interview I did through it. It wasn't bad at all. It was cool. You know what I'm
Fuck me.
saying?
Then you have
Yeah,
to
it's
come
pretty
into my
dope.
server because it's the
Yeah,
only way to do the interview, and now you're in my server. Holy shit! This is a huge.
yeah, like yeah, yeah. I mean, wifey's in a group. My fiance's in a group now. For anime, like there's like it's like women who love anime. They all in one Discord. They be watching videos, movies, chatting, all of that. Like it's real. Like it's really dope.
Dude, that's wild. I mean, that's kind of what like. So like, I think Discord's more like the future. Something like Discord is gonna overall win because it's private, but it gives you all the
That's
functionality of like shit. But you could like pay, and because it's kind of private, y'all can do some shit you
yeah.
can't be doing on YouTube.
Yeah, and that's what Aquas was saying. That's exactly the same thing Aquas was saying when he was telling me about it. So I joined his Discord. He be doing all kinds of stuff. I ain't, you
You're
know
in
what I'm saying?
Awkward's
But
Discord. Say
yeah,
what?
he's
I'm in
dope. It's
Oscars.
John
I'm in his Discord too.
for real.
For real. I like. Do I ever post slash nah? But I pop into his
Me
thing.
neither.
I had the chance to
Yeah, I pop
interview
in.
him earlier this last year, so
I
I
remember.
so I
Yep.
did that, and then I was
Yep.
watching it, and then along the way, somebody brought me into his Discord, and I'm like, well, fuck that. I know Awkwards. I can go in his Discord. He's always said cool things when I
Yeah.
pop up, and yeah,
Yeah.
so technically, we in the same Discord server without even knowing it.
But man, that's crazy, bro. But he is the homie, bro. Shout out to Aquas, yo. That's been my man since the grind time days. I've heavily messed with him.
Yo, that sentence means so much more to me now than the last time we talked.
Yo, it's lit, bro. I'm telling you, bro. I told that was so, but that's why I was saying, like, this is just this weird energy about this year, man. Like everything seems to be going up for some strange reason. Even with the like how the pandemic is turning out with everybody getting sick and everything, it's still like I feel like something is going to happen for the people who's been just trying to make a good way in the world. Like and I don't know, man. Like it's just been getting weird. Like
Yeah,
good, but weird. Like I could feel it, bro. Like something crazy gonna happen. Great, gonna happen for all of us. Like I can feel it. I can feel it.
I think people are like, I don't think this is going away anytime soon. And then it's like now
No.
there's just like this new skill set that's required in life that is a lot more like this is like this is forever. Like whoever like I
Yeah,
don't
it
know
is.
like in real life is gonna be there, but like I could see how I'm doing this on a stage in a room full of people, and you're on the fucking behind me, just like on a fucking thing, and we're just doing
Yo, that'd
this,
be lit.
and then in your side, the same thing is happening, and we double up in two cities. You know what I mean? Like,
That'd be crazy. Yo, that would be crazy. I'd shoot if it get to that point. Nah, I'm gonna say win. Just
nah, it's
I'm
big.
gonna say
It's big
win.
facts. Cause yo, shout out Chris
I'm gonna say
Chrome.
win.
Chris Chrome like edits this shit, so he never comes through on the lives because he has to watch the whole conversation again. So shout out
Yo,
Chris
I got
Chrome
a
for
bigger
coming through.
yeah, Word. I got a big appreciation for Chris, especially after the last time. Got a big appreciation for Chris, bro. Like he's a dope homie too. I mess with him heavy. He's pretty dope.
Yeah, Chris is pretty dope. I can't deny that. And yeah, I mean anybody that's willing to be around for 7 years in this era,
Oh man, yeah. I was about to say, in a microwave era, you really got some leftovers. You really got some leftovers for years, bro. Like you know what I'm saying? And it never spoils, bro. It never spoils. There's something going on with that. That's a special link.
I think it's just change, yo. I think like you're right.
It is, yo.
Like I saw some video, don't ask me to quote it or source it really, but it was kind of describing how like the pandemic was the final trigger for the third phase of industrialization to really commence,
Oh yeah,
where like the
yeah.
technology, the social line, everything just lined up, and now like the economics of the past don't make sense no more. Yo, like
Hmm.
it's just weird. It's but like it's kind of cool because I don't know, this metaverse now and Snoop Dogg's buying properties.
Oh yeah. Not well, shoot. Not only is he buying properties, but now he's the head of Def Jam.
Is he? I missed that.
Oh, you ain't hear about that? You ain't hear about that? He
Nah.
put out a whole compilation album for new Def Jam artists and everything. I forgot what it was called, but it was actually pretty dope. Like, yeah, he running Def Jam now. It's crazy.
I basically spent the year focused on this whole shit, and then I realized I kind of missed a lot in the world of music outside of my
Listen,
city.
bro, I understand. Same here. Like, There's still a whole lot that I miss too. That people will hit me up and be like even Ron, you know how Ron, like my cousin Ron, he just be knowing everything. But he'll hit me and be like, "Oh, did you hear about this?" And I'll be like, "No, where did you find this?" Like, and we just be sitting up there chatting for hours about what just happened. So it's like he always be in, but he's always been like that. He's always been like the ahead of the curve kind of brother. So you know,
Yo, maybe we all just need to find a Ron in our life. Somebody that's just like up to date with like the new shit. Like I'm super into underground. I'm not really good at following the pop market these days.
nah, I mean I'm with you. Like I kind of, I mean don't get it twisted. Like because the people that I've accustomed, like, you know what I'm saying, to knowing, or the people that have started, you know, to follow me, they kind of keep you in the loop. But if you ask me what my focus is, yeah, it's going to be people that's kind of sort of on my level or a little bit higher than that. Like it's going to be like the indies, the underground. But I'll learn all of this stuff just because there's so many people that I know now that be so intertwined with that. They'll either post a video or they'll hit me and send me a message and be like, "Yo, look at this." And I'd just be like, "Yo, for real? This is what's happening?" And like that's how I found out about like the Snoop Dogg stuff, the what's his name, the like all the stuff that was going on with like Jake Paul, all of that stuff, like everything. Like that's what's going on, bro. But I think for what you said before was um I think it's changing. I was like, yeah, I really do think it's like becoming that now. Like you gotta have we all gotta have a run. We all gotta have somebody that'll like keep us in the loop just in case. But yeah, for me, that's him. Like he's always been that way.
That's what I
Always
mean.
been that.
I know people like that. Like I have to like put a lot of effort into staying on top of shit. Like it's like I can do it, but
Me
then
too.
something else is getting compromised. And with all the things getting juggled, like I kind of understand. Like that's what kind of want Discord for is to like find those enthusiastic people that like interneting more than I like interneting.
Word for sure. And you'll run into them. They talk all the time. You'll run into them. They sometimes they were like, yo, that was like, dad, that's like I didn't even know you was following that. That's crazy. Like, and you just wind up knowing like, and then sometimes they'll talk about it so good it'll make you want to go research your damn stuff, and then you'll find out even more, and even more about the situation. Then you'll go down that deep rabbit hole of like new knowledge that you never even knew about the situation. I'm like, what the hell is going on? Like,
Mm.
is this really? And it seems like everything has that though. Like everything has like this thing where like it's always deeper than what you think it is. But then there's the problem of there's that fine line between fact and conspiracy. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So you really got to tread lightly with that kind of shit. And you can know what I'm saying. You can do what you will. Everybody has an opinion, but when you really want to know like the real like juice behind the fruits, then like you know what I'm saying. There's always a fine line to that. But at least I guess that's why they do comparisons and Venn diagrams and shit, because you be like, okay, so this is a common thing, this is a common thing, and this is a common thing. So all that must be true. I don't know about this other stuff on these two sides right here. Like, so you just gotta figure it out, bro. But yeah,
Yeah, it's a huge. That one's huge. The one thing I can say is like a lot of people I know don't like math, but all of a sudden know a lot about stats, and that part confuses me because like stats be all math, so like it turns out those Pythagorean theorems everyone hated are really relevant in the news today.
are really relevant. But see, there's certain, but that's the thing though. That's why they do the whole men lie, women lie, numbers don't though. You know what I'm saying? But
Bro,
then
but
at the same
numbers
time,
fucking
because I'm
lie
one of those
every
people.
day, bro. Numbers are like the biggest
Yeah,
liars.
listen. See, you the first person I think you one of the few people that I think could.
Bro,
Yeah, you one of
I
the few
like
people that.
so like
Yo,
I did some shit. Like I posted this pic the other day where I have 11,000 streams on my new project. I promise you, me and my
word.
girlfriend are 90% of those streams, and the reason they came so fast is because the ISRC carries shit over. And so I lied really well on my Spotify numbers to make it look like my project generated 11K fucking views in a day. It's
That's
so easy to lie with numbers.
crazy.
Everything up, yo, bro. Back in the day, I started watching all of my YouTube videos from 3 accounts and put 3 likes on every video. Like from time,
Hmm.
everybody lies with fucking numbers. All music history is like full of lies of numbers. And then like people be
Yeah.
like, numbers don't lie. I'm like, y'all don't take stat class. I'm like, y'all know shit. Y'all have
I
never watched a corporate executive take a data file and lie to another corporate executive's face when you're like, bro, I know exactly what those numbers say. And what you're saying in this presentation is a lie. And then you go, shh, because numbers is stories. And facts is stories. That's
I
all
had
it is.
I have, and for I have sat in some of those meetings. I was an intern at a couple places. I've seen them joints. I'd be like, really, 30%, 30% did this, 30% did that, right? Oh, okay. You sure about that? Because I can call somebody right now and they don't know nothing about this. Like,
Or bro,
but
it'll be
then
like,
I'm also one of those people.
but it could be like 30% doesn't
No,
mean
go ahead.
anything. 30% could be 8 people.
No,
It could be like, yo, three of
right?
nine. Go get fair. That's
Yeah,
30%.
yeah, yeah, yeah. So and my thing is like like you said, you know, there's people that never take stats, none of that. I'm one of those people. I'm not good at math, but I can count two things. I can count money. I can count all kinds of. I can count money, and I know like the number of people that will probably spit a fact at you. I know that for a fact. I know that. So it just depends on, you know what I'm saying, what you know. But yeah, I'm one of those people that I can count. I'm just not. You gonna ask me a whole you gonna ask me a whole trigonometry expression, I'm not gonna figure that out. But Pythagorean theorems and situations like that, I might be able to, you know, help you out just a little bit.
Nah, I hear you. I
Just a
guess
little bit.
I said it like that because a lot of the facts that we talk about are often just that. Like my favorite meme that comes to mind with this is like 50,000 medical professionals said this. Shouldn't you care? And I'm like, nah, B. There, I looked it up. There are 9 figures of medical professionals. So 50,000 is like 0.0 something percent of people give a shit about something. I'm like, nah, that's not even 1% of people that care in that domain. So that's what I mean. Like
No,
stats be wild, and so like when you think about opinions, I just think everyone should keep that in mind. That stat literacy is a trained skill that like people go to school and learn about, and it's a whole fucking. That's what analysts do. That's like the position when you see data analysts and shit. Those are motherfuckers who look at stats and come up with the figures that the media people like do. It's not like everybody at your job does that shit. So it's weird to me how everybody a data analyst now. That's the one thing I find
yeah, I
really
don't know
weird.
it.
Like
I
that.
don't know it. I don't know it. I don't know it. But it's like, but at the same time, but like you said, because everything is changing, you gotta be now. You have to be. Like it's almost at least in the most in the minorest way possible. Like here's my thing though. Like me and wifey went to the same school. Y'all know that story from the last interview. Me and wifey went to the same college, but she took stats. I watched her struggle with stats. Stats is nuts. I was happy as hell. Like,
Yeah, I took that
when
shit.
she
It's
actually, yo, I watched her struggle there, but she took them. I've seen like how like people have gotten their data. Like it's crazy, but you kind of have to, like, in a sense, that's what you're doing at the end of the day, especially if you're trying to fact find and do all these kinds of things and learn about things. Yeah, you kind of have to be that now, just a tiny bit.
mm.
It's a part of the process, bro.
And yo, shout out Lanson for bringing up a huge one where the facts don't have feeling shit really bothers me. Is media bias, like or research bias
Oh
or
yeah,
whatever. That's like a whole real thing, right? Like there's papers on it, like peer reviewed. Like you can actual Google the fact that all researchers have
yeah,
bias. Inherently, what
yeah.
that means is no facts come without feelings. I just have to put
No,
that out there. I'll say it every time it comes up in
that's
my life.
facts though.
Cause like you may disagree with my facts, but my facts is based on my democratic understanding of accepted logic and rational and all that kind of shit, right? And at the end of the
Absolutely.
day, y'all should not necessarily think that every word that come out of my mouth is going to be the most like, some of it's just trash here and there, and it gets sprinkled in to the good shit. So there's a bias to my logic, there's a flaw here I'm not seeing, there's a blind spot over there. Plus, I want to be right as much as you want to be right, as much as everyone want to be
Right.
right. Just like a lot of
Right.
people
Yeah.
writing those media articles y'all read and doing clickbait shit.
And not to mention, you brought up something else too. The fear of being wrong. The fear of do you know how see what I'm saying? It's always a rabbit hole. Like the fear of being wrong is like that will succumb you could succumb to that shit and it will be your ultimate downfall
Ultimate.
because you will like you can argue somebody like and that's why and I guess that's kind of why I love writing like that's kind of why I love like English and things of that nature because like you can really argue yourself inside and out of a freaking cardboard box and why you live in it but that'll be like your reasoning. Like nobody can compete with that if you do it right. But the thing is that if you can make that point, but people will point out the ultimate flaw in why you're in that box. Oh, but you can't watch no TV though. Something like that. All that's all it takes. Oh, but you can't. You ain't got no light unless the sun's out. Then what? Then what are you gonna do? That can mess up somebody's whole entire soul, and you crush them with something simple like that. That will really like you get in a real depressive state. You start seeing that. You see therapy. You see therapy for shit like that. Like it's okay. You just like the fear of being wrong will destroy you. Me personally, I'm big on accountability. So like me personally, I'm big on accountability. So if I'm wrong, if I tell you, hey, sky's green today, and it was green today, but it turned back blue when you looked at it. I'm sorry. Maybe I was just blind. Maybe I'm just colorblind today. Maybe my glasses wasn't on. Maybe I just couldn't see right now. You know what I'm saying? Maybe I was looking at Cena. I don't know, but I'm just saying, like, I'm sorry. I don't mind. I don't mind. Like, I have you kind of have to said that because once you know, like, once you have that accountability, it's like, oh well. I mean, I could be wrong though. You know what I'm saying? But some people don't have that.
I think it's
Some
like
people don't have that.
there's like this ego thing. I know that when I was
Yes,
younger,
yes.
being right, and this is coming from a place where like it's easy to talk about now, but let's be real. I was what you would call a little bitch once upon a time. All of it, the ego had to be right.
We
Yo, I would have been in Facebook
yeah.
jail way heavy in 2017. Even then, I would have just lived in Facebook jail. I never would have come out. I would have been like a lot of people now. And then I guess like I remember it vividly. Somebody said, I don't know, this guy was being like low key racist or whatever, and like I'm like, yo, you never traveled, did you? And I was like, oh shithead, like pop 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 pop, you firing off all the insults and shit. You're like, fuck you, you deserve it because you
Again.
said some dumb shit. And then he's like, you know what? You're right. But I promise you, if you had just been like nicer about your delivery, you could have got your point across
Yeah.
and etc etc. And I thought heavy about that. To this day, I don't remember this guy's name. This was like years ago on some fucking Quebec immigration shit. And like I'm just sitting there now going like, you know what? I tried it. And the more I stopped swearing and I stopped saying you're. The second you say you're, cut that shit out. There's nothing good coming from that sentence. And I just stopped that.
Absolutely.
And I got really like fucking mad
Absolutely.
civil. That's when I don't swear, is in those moments. I'll swear all the fucking time until it's those moments. Because I know that if you just
Baby,
play it like a customer service agent, you do really good. And you get through it
I'm
proper.
right. Hey, I'm from Baltimore. We the I'm from the first thing that come out of my mouth, somebody say something, use a whore. Like you just it just start coming from that. Like and then it just spin into a whole roaster session. So I'm about to pack your dumb ass, and then it's just the whole thing. Like that's like a second language to us here. But you're right. Once you start taking that stuff out, you really start. Then shoot, you can do one or two things. This is the Pandora's box I talked about from the last interview. You can either open a door where it's like, okay, well, I could kill this man with kindness and be like, you know what? No, are you right? True, but this, and that. You break it down that way. Or you could let them down easily and just be like, hey, like, I don't know what you're talking about. Whatever, more power to you. I agree to disagree. Whatever. And then it's just like they don't know what to do. They don't know what to say. They don't know. They don't know how to react to that because they're expecting you more. You ain't. But it don't turn into that. You know what I'm saying? People won't know how to do it. Then you mess around, might make a friend. You be like, oh, dang, I thought this was going to turn into a whole. I thought we was about to scrap, but we about to like he actually cool. Like damn, like you know what I'm saying? Like and a lot of the shoot. In my youth, that's a lot of what happened. I ain't, that was a lot of my youth. Like, damn, he really cool. I thought he was about to. I was like, nah, bro, hey, you got it. You got it. You know what I'm saying? But you just never know, man. You never know.
You also don't know who's like watching this shit. I've had people like walk up to me
Word.
in real life and be like, "I read that Facebook comment thread you had," and I'm like, "Why didn't you just fucking comment?"
Man.
No, I have to come up to you in IRL, click the comment button on my belly, type it out by saying it to me, hit enter, and walk away, and then I go like in real life. That's a real thing. That shit happens to me.
Oh,
I don't know
so
if that
you
happens to everybody, but that has happened over 50 times. Okay, so I'm gonna say that's a thing that happens to me if it's hit like 50 plus.
no, yeah. That's quite a number. That's quite a number, bro. I mean, I'll say once or twice that has happened to me. Once or twice. But luckily for a person like myself, and I'm sure you are the same way, even though, again, accountability. But at the same time, I keep the same energy with every way and everything that I do. So, yeah, I said it, so what's to you? We got a problem, we can discuss it. Like, I don't know,
Yo, it's
like,
not
that's
even
what
like
I said what I
negative shit.
said.
I'm
Like,
saying like
no,
randos.
right, right. Yeah, right. No, absolutely. And same, the sentence still stands. Same energy everywhere. Does not matter how this is going to go. But yeah, I said that. That's how I genuinely felt. Now, if you have anything that could help or maybe educate me more that I didn't know, cool. But
Mm,
you just never know, bro. It happens. It happens.
mm. I do like to ask people like, how could I not fuck up next time? Cause I don't want to deal with this shit. So like, I don't give a fuck if I'm right or wrong.
Yeah,
That's what I'll do. If I'm like really like, cause I'll run some calculations sometimes. I'll be like, yo, I don't care about this. Why do I fucking care if I'm right here or not? I just want to have like what, cause yo, life is a little bit like politics, right? So if I want to have a
right.
relationship with this individual, and I can't necessarily, I don't always like doing this, but if I have to abridge my behavior and I feel this person is like of enough value that that's how it's got to be, then like I'll just be like, what do I
Yeah,
got to do next time? Just tell me. It'll be simpler. This is a really relevant, a
yeah,
lot
cool.
more in day job land where like you really are just with a bunch of people on rented time while you on rented time and nobody really want to be friends. We're all faking that friendship tip. So like sometimes the full unabridged Holden experience might not be for Debbie Sue eating lunch in the middle of her workday, and I respect that shit.
Yeah, absolutely. Same thing. I'm like, yeah, not everybody else, you know what I'm saying? It's just I'm just saying, well, the same with music. Not everybody gonna want to hear a whole bunch of punchlines. Not everybody gonna want to hear, just flows over a beat. Not everybody gonna want to hear it. It's different strokes for different folks, bro. You know what I'm saying? It just depends on how you get in the water.
Yeah, that's a big
Depends on how
lesson though.
you want to get in the
But what
water.
you just said there, hi, yo, it's like people gonna like it, people not gonna like it, but people gonna like it, and you just how you are. But that's like what kind of comes with it. I think a lot of people really want to be neutral or have like everybody like
Yeah.
them and shit, and that doesn't really work. It just doesn't work.
No, well, what I've always done is, and again, this goes back to the first interview. What I've always done is focus on what I'm saying, what they love about you. Focus on what I'm saying, what really, what I'm saying, what makes them attracted to you. Then maybe the people that don't, it's like, okay, I tried. It is what it is. You know what I'm saying? But and you never know. Maybe they'll come back around and like something else, or like do something else that you like, or it's whatever. But like it just like I say, focus. You always say focus on the positive, bro.
Mm,
Like, hey, this person liked it. They liked it. You know what I'm saying? They messed with it. You may not bang with it. I'm sorry if you don't, but I just gave it my go. I gave it my all. If it isn't what it is to you, I'm sorry.
that's it. And like also like yo, I promise you the 12:52 p.m. version of me is not the same interview as the 8 p.m. version of me. Like it's just not. Like
Oh
my
shit.
energy is completely not accustomed to it. I haven't even done an interview at this time in like, in a minute. So I'm like, okay. So it's like, yo, just even the time of day when somebody encounters you, like this audience is in a different part of the day than like the 11 p.m. audience. Like everybody be there. Everyone's a little more turned up and like, fun. And in the daytime, we all on a
Yeah.
grind and go. So like, I feel like
Mm-hmm.
all of this matters even so like yo I know some people will hear me and be like nah and sometimes I'd be like yo this is the time you encounter me and I kind of sound like this and I'm not really trying that hard to be enthusiastic and I can totally see why you don't want to fuck with me. My girlfriend makes fun of me a lot for this. But like
But hey,
it's kind of what
man,
happens sometimes
I
when
was
you
about to
like
say,
on the street for
yeah.
hours. Yo you come.
And then but then see, the magic of the day is this is weekend. Like, this is Saturday.
Mm,
So we chilling, you know what I'm saying? We obviously we big chilling, you know what I'm saying? Like this ain't no like this is a vibe, right? It's a vibe. So
mm,
like it's different. It hit different. But you're right. Certain times in the day it do be hitting different. Like you talking at 11 o'clock, you might want to get a little raunchy or whatever. But then you talking like during the day, and you're like, oh, I'm gonna chill. I ain't gonna go too crazy. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna put my foot on the gas that much. You know what I'm saying? So it depends, man. But like you said before, you know what I'm saying? It depends on who. It depends on what. It depends on where. You know?
yeah, I feel like my big epiphany of life is that the entire entertainment world is Tinder. It's just Tinder.
Absolutely.
And
No,
everybody's
absolutely.
swiping. And yo, because what I
But you know
learned
what the thing is? Oh no, go ahead.
when you open up 3 Tinder accounts, sometimes you fail on your first attempt, so you just delete it, open it up to reset the matches. I think a few people have been there and done that. And then you realize you're getting
Mm-hmm.
matches with people who totally didn't match with you the first time. And you didn't even change
At all.
anything. And it's just like, yo, it's just so
At
random
all.
like that. So it's kind of like reinforcing that to me. Like, yo, it just getting your name out there at this point. And I think people do some cheap shit. But I mean by like, it's the authenticity of Sir Tizzy that makes people attracted to Sir Tizzy. It's not like just you make music. It's like, yo, you find this consistency in your music. You can go back 10 years ago. You can follow your Facebook post, even this interview versus the last one. You have the same energy that you bring to the table and like all of that. That, when you do that over time, I think kind of bridges the gaps between different groups where like, I'd rather be respected and
He said
nobody
the thing.
fucks with my shit. Like I'm cool with that. You don't have to like what I do. I do some
No.
arguably stupid shit when it comes to marketable content.
No, but here's the thing though, bro. Like, well, first of all, like I said, I think you're right. I think it's like a consistency with authenticity, and that's always what I try. At least me, that's what I always try to bring. And I can see that in you too. Like, and but mainly, um, shoot, when you mention like just staying consistent, then yeah, after a while you just continuously, we all are creatures of habit and we all like have these things. But I think the main thing with entertainment, especially within the arts, any art, I don't care if you rap, sing, paint on walls, share pictures of your son's drawings of crayons on walls. I don't know. But whatever you decide to do, everybody is sensitive. That is the famous saying amongst everybody, especially, and shout out to all my water signs,
Yo, Lanson saying the
especially your
Mick
water
Foley
signs.
track is nice.
Thank you. I
You disappear. It was so hot, you made him disappear, bro. You made him just like, that's an effect. That was really funny. That was hilarious because
how? How? That's all I'm gonna ask is you here. Is Chris gonna keep this in? Keep this in. Just
Yeah,
get
he is.
how?
Because that was hilarious. Because it's
How?
like
What?
you broke. You like he said that and it broke you and you just dipped and now you're back. And
Tell tell him what. Oh, I was going to say. Thank you. And the reason, and I think they did not want me to say what I wanted to say. So just look out for maybe possibly another version of that. Just look out for that. That might be a thing. I don't know yet. It might be a thing. Don't like completely hold me to that, but there might be another Big Folsy. I don't know yet. I
he doesn't
don't
know.
know yet.
Nothing set in stone. It's all allegedlys for
No.
whatever
Yeah,
legalities,
this
and
is
it's like
alleged.
gotta throw the
We
allegedly on.
don't know yet.
We don't know.
We don't know yet.
With
But it might be.
allegedlys.
We don't know yet. We gonna chat. We gonna chat about that. But yeah, thank you. I'm glad people are yo. I've gotten hit up a lot about that over time. I've gotten hit up a lot about that song over time, bro. And I think it also has to do with him actually following me after that. And shout out to Blizz for getting me that connect. But that has it probably has a lot to do with that. But I appreciate people still taking the time out to bump that John. That John like really did help a lot that year. Man,
I'd be throwing
that's
my
actually one of
heart
my
into
favorites.
my art like Owen.
Mm,
Yeah, I
that's
promise
fire.
you that's not from me. I couldn't quote damn bar you wrote. Except for like the cook it up or whatever.
Listen, man. Listen, man. Like I said, I appreciate y'all, man. I really do, man. Yo, you really don't know. I really don't be knowing sometimes. My sister, who does a lot of my producing, shout out to Tamara Slade, but that's my sister. She does a lot of production for me. But um, I be telling her all the time. I'll be like, yo, I really don't be knowing no more because I don't be knowing if they like what people really be liking or not. But I still try to put pin the page and give my best efforts all the time. And I'll be like, yo, y'all be quiet, man. Okay, I like this. I'll be shocked, yo. Every
Bro, you
time I
never
still get
fucking
shocked.
know,
'Cause
bro. Like I did an
you don't.
and this guy took like this one line and I can't remember what song it's on, but like it was just this one like 5 words out of a whole like catalog and I'm like,
Mm-hmm.
yo, that's wild. Nobody does that.
Yeah.
And then you realize
No.
like obviously
No.
other people have to be doing it if this guy told you. It can't just be like literally one
Mm-hmm.
person. It's impossible.
Mm-hmm.
And then you're like, shit.
Yeah.
Cuz that's the
It was
dream.
close.
Like I
I
mean,
always tell myself, man. Like I always told myself, I'll be like, yo, one day I'm gonna say something impressive, and then next thing you know, the next thing you know, somebody be like, yo, what you said? Yo, you was just. I'm like, for real? I did. For real? I appreciate you. Like I really don't be knowing, yo. I don't. But like I said, like I always been saying, I appreciate everybody for coming through for real. Like I appreciate everybody for coming through. It be melting my heart, yo. I'm like, yo, y'all really be messing with yo. Thank you, man. Like, cause I know, like, we got a mutual friend. We got a mutual friend, and our homie Dutch. That's very good. Oh, he goes by Flacco Bell, but he be like, nah, B, you got, you know what I'm saying? You should talk your shit more, bro. And I'll be like, you right. You know what I'm saying? But, yo, I just be like, yo, sometimes, yo, I be so thankful, yo, because I know for as a Snapple cat fact years ago, like I swear, I would say some wild stuff. Wild, like, get, like, on the track. Like, nothing, like, crazy, like, on Twitter when they be canceling you, but, like, wild stuff. And I'll be like, no, man, that's whatever. But then, like, as soon as I get, what's his name? As soon as I get wind of it, it's like, oh, okay, you know, they get ahead and they'll be like, oh yeah, well, I don't know what you be talking about years ago for sure. But then now, like, they be like, oh yeah, you said this, you said that, you was wilding, you was wigging on that job. I be like, yo, thank you, man. Like, I never know. I never
Yo, the
know.
other thing
I
too
never know.
is like, yo, just because it's old to you doesn't mean it's old to the world. Chances are everything you did is just new to everybody. Cause like,
And that
and even like at like 50, 150K views in the grand scheme of things, it's still new to like the world, bro. Like any of those songs,
word.
like people be like finding my lose weight song randomly like this year and like, yo, that's
That
sick,
song is still dope.
right? Like, and I'm like, yo, wait, that could just blow anytime, and it fucked me up. I'm like, oh,
Yeah,
say
bro.
word. So like
Yeah.
the whole back catalog is just there waiting just for the right person to hear the right song at the right time now, kind of thing.
Yes, bro. Yes.
And like,
Yes. It's a fact.
not,
Mick Foley is that thing. Mick Foley is that for me. The entire Whackness 3 is that for me. Or the entire Whackness 6 is that for me. Because people be going back talking about stuff that I did back in '09, 2010 still. I was like, you love those? Like 17, 18, I wrote that. I ain't put it up, I was like 19. You like that? Crazy. Like, I was kidding, like, it's crazy. That's why I really be like super, like, I don't really be on the whole, like, I should. I think, I guess in some cases I should. If somebody, like, just keep telling me that, but sometimes I don't really be on that type of time with a whole lot. I only get with that when provoked. Like normally I don't really like because I just I'm so appreciative, man. Like you just don't know, like you really don't, and I don't know, man. I don't know. It's a beautiful thing to me. It is.
I mean, yeah, it definitely is a beautiful thing. Like,
Yeah.
I just think that it's crazy how much like you've really just played the whole
Coffee in coffee
consistent
in
game with it and had results in a world where a lot of people didn't. But I don't think it's just like the paid ads or all of that. I think it's more the fact that you were able to impact wrestling culture that has done a lot more possibly for you than a lot of other things. Because when people look into you after that first moment, there's something really juicy there. I mean, let's be real. Placement? Shit. You get placed somewhere? You get a sync deal? Bro, that's sexier to me than most things right now. Like,
Yeah.
that's like hard, like really hard, and you pulled that off, and like that gives like crazy. Like, yo, AEW is like kind of hot right now.
Yeah, bro. Yeah, it is. Like I said, man, but yo, that's why I said like Nick Foley is definitely one of those things. If AEW didn't hear that, I don't think I would be in that situation that I'm in, the situation that I'm in now with it. And now they got something else they want to do with me and my homie who I did the theme with. They want to do something else with. Again, can't really. I can't say
That's
too
fair.
much right now. I can't.
It's just
I
that
can't say too much right now because I want them.
like you got to realize you've reached the point where you can't talk about things.
And that's and again, deeper rabbit hole. There you go. And it's like, bro, I can really say that now. Like people got like connects. Like people got like, you know what I'm saying? Like I can say that for sure now. Now maybe I'm not, but again, I always say this. I'm like, look, man, I ain't. Because some people will look at me and be like, well, why you ain't just that? I'm like, look, I ain't old. You know what I'm saying? I'm not. I ain't got Lamborghinis just lined up down the line, and I don't even know if I want all of that shit. But but at the same time, like I'm in a certain position that a lot of people would definitely do a lot of things for. But the crazy thing about me is that because I I'm not really that selfish of a human being, like I, I want everybody else to figure out how to, you know what I'm saying? I want everybody else to get their own way and get their own way to do, especially if they're on a righteous path. Like I want everybody else to get their own way and having those kind of connections. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't know, Holden. One day I hope you talk to Oprah. I don't know, like something like something like that.
I have in
Like
my life
I hope
never thought of that.
No, I'm just no, but I'm just saying, like you just never know, bro. Like I hope you know what I'm saying. Like somebody crazy hop on this live, and you just like, well, damn, that really just happened. Like you know what I'm saying, and you get those moments. Like it's just,
I mean, I
oh
already though,
man, but
like,
yeah,
but even like it might not even be the craziest shit, but like, I mean, Poison Pen hopped
no,
on the
but
shit, and then we were in
which
Brooklyn,
is
and then
crazy,
Poison Pen walked into the bar,
legend,
and then my girlfriend be sweet talking Poison Pen for like a significant chunk of time, making him feel all special,
yeah,
and now forever,
legend,
Poison Pen is gonna be like that crazy white girl asking me about my album, leaving this impact on me. I'm like, that's real moments that happened like 2 months ago.
yes, yeah. I know, I heard, yeah, remember, yeah, like legend, legend. You know what I'm saying? He Right, yo, yeah, he's a legend. Like, what's his name? Dude, there's a lot of dude. I mean, we got Dutch. Dutch is known. Dutch is damn it like done a lot. Like a lot of people mess with him and know him.
Yeah, I mean that
Um,
guy like that changed a lot. He changed a lot for me. Like the entirety of a lot that elevated the stature of my life definitely comes from the influence of working with him.
dude,
And I was just like, even that though. I
and he
mean,
don't even say that.
but like it's like even that though. As much as like I appreciated it, it wasn't random. I like heard the shit he did, and I said, "Oh, that's interesting." And then I seduced him by doing an album review and shit. And then I did the interview. And
Yeah,
then that led to the next thing. So like he's like then what really attracted him to me was that I had like fucking hundreds of videos. And he went all the way back to 2016 and saw that for like 4 years at that point. It was just nonstop. And that's what made him go, "Oh,
yeah.
say word." And so it's like that kind of shit I think is what a lot of people don't care about. But like to me, I'm not worried about my numbers now, bro. I can walk into any room and close what I have to close. That's the
Right.
skills that you have to like develop.
That's big, man.
And like,
Yes.
yo, you know what hit me really heavy is all these people talking about how like you got to be able to write a whole song in like 30 minutes with 8 celebrities in the room. And I'm like, I don't even know that many people that could do that shit. But like, if the
I don't
opportunity
even.
showed up, like, can you write that verse with like your heroes in the fucking room? I could. Can you? I don't know. But I'm not saying you. I believe you could. I think you got that game. But like, motherfuckers, like, I don't know if people be thinking that like these are skills that you gotta like develop in order to be able to be
Yes.
in that position in order to follow up when an opportunity comes up because yo how many opportunities do you just sleep on because you're like I can't do the thing.
Yo, you don't know until you try. You know what I'm saying? Like you never know until you try. And I don't know, man. Like you don't know. So there's not a lot of people that will handle the pressure. But see me personally, I'm a back against the wall kind of brother. So you telling me, oh, there's whole Nas, yay, Wayne, like there's like all them fools in one room. Like, all right, you gonna hop on this posse cut, and I might just be like, oh, actually, and I just hold up his phone like, actually, I have a whole chunk of like 150 bars.
So you ready to go?
Like,
That's
yeah,
it.
like, I'm like, I got 150 right now. He was like, how much? 150. 150. He be like, no.
But that's it. It's being ready. You hear that?
15 minutes
100,
ago. Like, you just
150.
15 minutes ago. Like, they were like, did you know we was going to be hit? I didn't know. Just in case. Just in case. Like, you just don't know. Like,
Or like
so,
I didn't know how important freestyling was until I realized it was important to certain people.
so, and this is another conversation me and my cousin had. Some people, like, and I'm not saying he says this all the time, but he gets it. Like, he's one of those people that me and him, we put ourselves in other people's shoes and we kind of see the understanding of other people, like, within their realm. So, like, he don't freestyle. Like, not like that anyway. Like, he's can come up with stuff and it be lit that you can hear, but he's not like off the top. That's me. So I'll freestyle. I'll still freestyle. But my problem but the thing about it is that some people feel like it's overrated. And the crazy thing is I get why people think it's overrated. Because the main argument about it is that the key word in freestyle is free. It's not a song. Uh it's not something that you can go unless you sell it like that. It's not something you can just go and grab and keep and people be like, oh yeah, I'm gonna put up like, well, damn, I paid $20 for this freestyle. No, you hoping you know what I'm saying, you write it for whatever moment you're feeling. Or if you don't write it, if you off the top with it, really off the top with it, like myself, you're like, oh well, you just hoping that people, oh yeah, I was that. He's nice. I like that. You know what I'm saying? You just hoping for that. But it comes to a point where it's like people look at it and they'll be like, well, yeah, he can do that off the top, but can he write a hit? Can he produce this? Can he make this?
But
So
those are
people look at it like an
really,
overrated thing.
because the truth of the matter is, and this is no disrespect to anybody where the shoe may fit, but I know like countless people, not countless, I can probably count them, but they can like freestyle 4 hours straight, but like, and I mean, I see it a lot, 5, 6 hours straight. But when it comes to song time, it just sounds like when they're freestyling, and like that's not a song. Like, and the thing is people be like, "Yo, but hip hop this and hip hop that." I'm like, bro, like to me, it's a love of music first, and I'm not just loyal to hip hop. I'm also like punk as fuck. I can
Thank you.
pick up a bass right now and play a really shitty Jesus of Suburbia and shittily sing along, and it'll be so clunky. But like, so it's like, I don't know, music is music, bro. Like it transcends just like the fucking, yo, a skill of being an MC. However, when I present myself in the realms of hip hop, in that universe, in that culture, in that environment, yeah, I get what everybody's saying, but like, it's not surprising to me that a lot of people I know's music is just kind of very saturated sounding. Whereas I don't think I have a lot of flexes,
Yeah.
but people ain't be writing shit about the shit I be writing about.
No, and that alone, again, is what you were talking about skill level and can you write a song? Can you do that in front of your hero? Can you do that itself? Not a lot of people are gonna talk about what you're talking about. I try to pride myself on the same thing. Not a lot of people talk about what I talk about. Not a
For
lot
the
of people
record,
do
I
what I
think
do.
Tizzy
And
can absolutely write a fucking song. That's part of why he's a guy I could chat with. This like, because the shoe does not fit Sir Tizzy.
here's all right now, but hold on now. Here's the kickflip. Here's the kickflip. Now, the crazy thing is that I have to freestyle before I write the song. That's the crazy thing. I have to go off the top because I have to make the song sound as naturally me as possible, and that's the best way to do it. I have to freestyle beforehand. If I don't, it'll sound wordy, it'll sound clunky, and it won't come out as natural. And then when I try, because I've done this before, I have straight up written a song before. I have written a song before and I was so pissed off at performing it because of how I wrote it and what I did at the time of recording. I wanted to throw the entire, like, I'm like, throw this entire shit away, throw it away, because I can't remember this shit for the way that I need to. And then you know what I'd have to do? I'd have to go on stage and literally improvise how I wrote it right at that time. Because if I don't do that, it sucks. Like I will sound so robotic. Like I will literally sound like an android. I was just like it's just disgusting. So I'm like, okay, I was like, I can't. I'll never. Like Exo might know the story. Exo might know the story. There was a song we did. I think it was called Marvelous. I think it was called Marvelous, and it was like a whole bunch of like Marvel esque punchline. But the way that I wrote the verse, oh, and he loves the verse. He loves that verse. I hated writing it because the way I wrote it, I sounded too robotic. And then when we went to go perform it at the last show we did, it was I couldn't get it right. So I would have to like move some words around on stage to make it sound cleaner. And I'm like, and then when we got off stage, I was like, thank God we got through that because I should have wrote it that way. You see how I sounded on
Yo,
stage? You see how that
I
sounded?
know
It sounded way
exactly
better.
what you're saying. Cause like that was the early part of my rap career. Okay, I always wrote to a beat, so I never fully went with that experience or whatever. But and I always wrote in this way where it's like I spit a line, then I rap that line and I spit the next line, then I rap that line and I spit the next line. So it kind of like
So you get it.
so I,
So you get it.
yo, it
So
takes
you
me
get it.
fucking forever to write a song when it's the end of the verse, because then I have to rap like 2/3 of a fucking verse just to write the next line. Sometimes I get a little
Mm-hmm.
spree and I can just hear the flow in my head and I'm like able to, but this way I'm like, yo, I gotta memorize the flow anyway. May as well. I'm slow. I'm a slow
Mm-hmm.
fucking like yo. Some of these people be like, I memorized the whole thing in like one listen. And I'm like, if that is the only time in my entire life I might even have a little bit of hater energy, a pure jealousy, is that. It's like, how the fuck do you know all the words to your own songs? Because I don't know them. I have to
Yeah,
like
bro.
practice the shit out of my own
Yeah.
songs for every live performance.
Yeah. I mean, I listen to them a billion times, and then I'll just know all the words. And then when I go on stage, I just put the actions with it right on stage, and then we'll see how that goes. Usually it goes well, but in certain cases, like the scenario I just explained to you, it could turn out to be a mess. And if I don't do it the way that I should have, then it's like, oh
Yeah,
no,
no,
this is not gonna end well.
but yo, also some shit works in studio, and it's like cool in studio, and then you go to live and
Right?
you're like, oh, this doesn't work here.
Nah,
I learned
nah. You
early,
like
you do not perform 6 minute rap songs when you're an underground artist on your like fifth show.
listen here. Listen here. The only time, the only time I've ever, if they get on stage and they'll be like, oh yeah, go ahead freestyle. I'm like, how much? That's the first question I got. How much time you want me? Stop me. You want to stop me. I'm gonna tell you that right now. You want to stop me, please, because if it's not that, then I'm not. Nah, I'm not writing the whole 6 minutes for one joke. Like no, because then the crowd like, he gonna stop yet? We get it. Bars and shit. We gonna stop yet? He done yet? Unless they into it, but you gotta know the environment too. That's another thing. You gotta know the environment you in. But if it's like yo, I wouldn't me, I wouldn't perform a whole 6 minute joint. Like I don't care. Like unless y'all ask for it, I'm not doing it. I'm doing songs. That's it. I'm doing tracks. We got tracks, bro. We got tracks. But if they ask, that's like you gotta know. If you gonna ask for that, that's what you want.
Yeah.
That's okay.
Nah,
All right, I
nobody
got that.
asked for that.
I got that.
I learned that the hard way.
No,
Nobody
and
asked for that.
9 times out of 10, nobody asked for that. 9 times out of 10, nobody asked
I
for that.
mean,
You
it's
might
cool
get
for
that
your
one person, like,
record. Like, for your record, do your
right?
thing. People,
Yeah, yeah.
but like,
People will love it on wax. But like, if unless they go, give us that joint you gave us on Funk Flex, that whole six. Like, you know what I'm saying, like, give us that whole joint you gave us, like, the one time. I need that. The whole seven, the whole seven, please. Like, if they don't ask for it, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Just
nah, man.
do your songs and get out.
Nah, I had to realize, yo, half my shit was too long, and I had to start writing shorter songs so I could have like a better live set. And I know it sounds like wild, but like, live is an interesting game, bro. Like, it's
It is.
like sometimes you can do it. Like, if you're in like a cafe, which as a rapper, let's be honest, how many times are you in a fucking cafe?
Come on,
You
man.
can do your I happened
Yeah.
once, bro. I got told don't swear and shit, and I didn't swear in my songs, but I swore in like the introduction of a song, and I was like whoopsies, but I censored myself all good in the songs. So one time that happened to me,
Mm-hmm.
and I realized in a cafe you can do whatever the fuck you want with the 6 minute. People will just be like, I'm gonna eat my sandwich and shit, like, but like. Yo, open mics and shit, bro. Like, you want to keep attention, so it's got to be under 4 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
And 4 minutes means you got a
Mm-hmm.
good
Yeah.
hook. A good hook.
Yeah. A good hook. And they'll sing it sometimes. On the second, you know how you say a hook the first time, they don't hear it. But then on the second or maybe the third, they'll be like, oh yeah. And we in the building. And they'll just start saying it with you, you know what I'm saying? Like, so yeah, like, yeah. I trust me. I didn't man, I did a lot of open mics. I did a lot of open mics. Like and Yeah, you definitely want to keep the attention, especially in that intimate setting. Intimate setting sometimes though, because I've performed for some intimate settings and then went like 15 minutes and they all still like, yo, you said that, yo, hold on, do that again. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, you know, say you go into an entire set, you like, oh, can't really do that here. This is a song setting. Like we need tracks like now.
Mm, yeah.
Then you like play that last John on the flash drive. Like here you go. Play that last John on the flash drive
Nah,
real
man.
quick.
You
Give
gotta
me the
show up with the flash drive like this. Your beats is numbered in
mm,
order. It's gotta have a one, a two, a three, a four, because they don't give a fuck what the names are. Yo, I know some of these
no.
readers that they're using have like I don't know if you remember like the early days of MP3 players when it was the thin strip and you couldn't see the whole song name. That's what they're working with, some of these DJ peoples. So like when you be
Yeah, for
coming
sure.
through and be like, yo, switch to track, the seventh track on this shit. Like they ain't on a computer. So they don't just get a list.
No, bro.
So you gotta put the one, the two, the three, the four, the five to make your DJ's
Yeah,
life
you gotta
easier.
put it in order.
Or
Yes,
bring your own
yes.
DJ.
Put it in order. No, because I will sit up and shoot. I used to. Well, I still do. I still do. I'll sit up there. All right, we're gonna go in the flash out. We got this song. All right, cool. So number one, number two. How what else I'm gonna perform? Number three, number four. I bet. All right, so one, two, three, four, bam, it'll go straight through. He ain't gotta do nothing, just play the joke.
Yeah. Or
Just play
like
it.
it even makes it easier to practice because you can then just pull all the songs in order, right click,
Yes.
add to Windows Media Player or whatever the Apple
Mm-hmm.
kids use, and just
Yep.
every time.
Straight through.
Uh,
Won't have to worry about nothing. All you gotta do is like cut it. Cut
yeah.
that jump. There you go.
And the next one. All right, hold up. I gotta talk to the peoples, yo. What's
Word.
up? Man,
Yup.
that's the one thing I
Like,
really miss, bro.
yeah.
Are y'all allowed to do concerts and shit right now by you?
Us? Yes and no. Actually, was I got a homegirl who's about to do like a unplugged kind of joint coming up soon. So yeah, I mean we outside. We outside. It's just of course everybody's like you know make sure you test it or whatever. But I don't think. But it's still like I guess it's to our own discretion still because it's not like really enforced as of yet. But I know everybody's saying at least wear a mask in the building right now. So, but yeah, we outside. As far as I know, I'm not too worried about that right now. But
Yeah,
we outside.
I'm worried about that. I'm not planning a
I
fucking
believe
event
you.
right now. Yeah.
No, I feel you. I feel you. I feel you. I feel you. I mean, that's what I'm saying. Like, there's people out there that's still planning events, still trying to get, shows together and all that, especially for people who, during the pandemic, really couldn't go out and do their own thing. They had to rely on content. And I mean, hey, but yeah, we outside. As far as I know, we out here.
Do you ever
But
like go out to parks and shit and just jam and do shit like that?
not recently, no. I have. I have before. Those were fun, actually. People will play the guitar or whatever. And then next thing you know, you just start freestyling. Everybody like, oh, this guy is randomly rapping out of nowhere. He just talked about my shirt. Like, but but like recently, like as of like in the past, no, not recently, no.
Yo, say what? So check what we did last year. We found a store. I don't know if Baltimore has stores like that. They probably do. One of those music engineer guitar stores with the giant amps and shit. We rented this amp. It was like $50 a month, and it had two mic imports, and the third input was a Bluetooth. So you connect your beats and you get your two mics, and it's wireless. And bro, it was loud
Ooh,
enough that like down the street people knew when we was there. Like the girl, what? Because we were homegirls with somebody
oh,
that was down the street, and we're in the fucking park, and we ran it for a minute, but it started like way too late in the year. Like I started September, so it's not like the best time to start. But this year, April gonna roll around, the snow gonna go away. Maybe it's May. We're gonna be fucking in the park every week. Fucking, we're gonna like then run tours because there's a lot of parks. It's not just one park.
I remember you did those a couple last year in the summer, didn't you? I
Yeah.
remember those. I saw some of those videos. Those were lit. You was killing it too. You was at the top, wasn't you?
We was doing that with them. We was next to a tower thing, and
Yeah, I saw that.
yeah, That was a
Yeah,
statue
that's
for.
pretty lit.
I think it's the Vimy Ridge thing. Yeah, we're on the edge of NDG because it kind of becomes like Cotonage after that. But yeah, in NDG, in Montreal. So it's like, actually, it's not where I wanted to do it. I had to compromise. This is a big lesson. Fucking compromise sometimes. Know when you cannot win the battle because you will just fucking die. Nobody wanted to come where we're at in this part of the neighborhood, like where I live. Nobody wants to come because it adds like an extra 10-15 minutes to get to wherever I'm at. So nobody wants to come here. They all want to go to the other parks because they closer to the metros or subways or whatever. So we have to go to the other side of fucking NDG for us in order to hit up the park for this shit. That's a big lesson.
Okay,
People are
but
not
yeah,
down to travel.
no, no. Yeah, like some people really do. Shoot, you over here, well, down here in Baltimore, I live in East Baltimore, but we live, what I'm saying? You trying to go somewhere over west, we look at that like another, like it's another state. People like, dang, we live over west. Oh, look,
Nah,
we were straight job to New York, though. We're straight job to Florida, but we was like, damn, that's over east to over west. That's a vibe. Like, I don't know if, yeah, I don't know if we should do that today. Let me wait till I got some gas. Let me wait till I got some gas. Or let me see if I can get a ride or something. Like that's how we look at it. So yeah, not too many people be down for that shit, man. Like not too many people be down.
but you know who is? Middle class white people.
That's a fact.
I know that. We had,
Snapple clap
bro,
back. That's universal.
grandmas were like watching us rap.
Oh, what?
Yeah.
And they be into it too. What?
Yo,
They be
actually,
into it.
fun fact, we got in trouble because we didn't have a tip cup. Because I was like, I don't know if I want a tip cup. I don't know if, like, ego, right? Obviously, why would I have a tip cup? I'm an idiot. But, like, grandma was like, I wanted to
Mm.
give you a fucking quarter, and there was nowhere for me to give you a quarter. And she, like, scolded me through my mans. And I had to hear about how the grandma was really mad. And I'm like, yo, a grandma got mad at me because she couldn't pay me for rapping. Bonnie's confirming it in the chat. Like that's a real fucking thing that happened. It's like, and I think also because like people be like hella starved for shit, and like I think the world maybe is okay with not hearing dude with acoustic guitar all the time. I'm just gonna throw it out there.
I mean, yeah, I can attest to that. But I mean, I don't know. For me personally, like that's so cool to me. Like when you could do that, you could go off of like the strings and go off of like the keys of a piano and go off. But the crazy, that's the crazy thing about me. When I would freestyle, I'd practice that way. My man, Rick, Rick, yeah, he come home. He probably gonna see this shit later, but he in the army. But he
Mm.
that's how he went to my school. We went to college together too. He can sing his tail off, he can produce, but he's a beast on the piano key. So he would just play the piano and I just freestyle off of that. And then I had a homegirl. I had a homegirl who used to play the guitar in high school. Shout out Candy. She played the guitar. I freestyle off of that. Or my man Tyrone. He would freestyle. He would play the guitar, freestyle off of that. And that's how I would practice around. And then sometimes, just battle around the neighborhood. I'll trap with it. But that's like if you could just go off of certain things and not even hear like a certain like not even hear drum or anything, I think that makes you pretty dangerous too.
Nah,
But
I mean I hear you,
again,
cause
it's all
like
subjective.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm not even against that. Like, I ran into homeboy in the park, and then he
Me
just
neither.
played like four chords, and I tried to improv one of my tracks over it, and we were like, it came out mediocre, but it was fun. But like, I guess what I'm
Okay, so I
saying
get that.
is
I
more
get that.
like
No, I get that.
when you're like in a park, how often, at least in Montreal, I don't know about Baltimore or other places, do you come
Mm.
across rappers just maybe it's starting to happen more here. So just to say to Lanson, we're not the only people running that kind of shit. It's actually been happening. So it's kind of now like because the gear is so easy to rent. Like on $100, you can get shit like a mixer, giant speakers, a tent, and all of the shit for like $100 Canadian. So like you
Yeah.
can do a lot with very little money to go set up a vibe and create brand reputation for yourself in this era where I don't know if it was always so affordable in the past. Because, yo, when I found this Bluetooth speaker, bro, it's a wireless amp that just sounds blessed and you can rap on it. Like, it's like a rapper's wet dream, to be
Word.
fucking honest with you. We're saying like
Word.
8 hours. Like, we're saying an 8 hour battery life, too, not some like weak shit. But like, it just changed it because I feel like then you can be like in public where you just in front of foot traffic and regular things and regular people, and then what we misplayed on is we weren't there with like QR codes printed up and blowing up banners, and that's the
Okay.
side where now you just sitting there and now you aren't now you don't need permits. That's what's wild. This might not apply to you if you're not doing it for profit, as in you're not charging tickets and you're not too big, which is likely what's going to happen. No offense to most people starting a thing, you don't need a permit. And we know from a little test in NDG where I'm at that like 500 people don't need a permit because we've seen it. Now, that just means you got to be a little not bougie. Don't act bougie,
Right.
act
No.
grassroots, act like
Yeah.
you're not needing a permit because you're just some guys rapping in the
Yeah.
park for fun.
Yeah.
Because the guys can play
Yeah.
guitar for fun.
Yeah. I mean, here, sometimes if you go to downtown Baltimore, if you go downtown during the summertime or maybe like early, like later in the spring, you might see in certain areas by the in the harbor, like people doing the drums. They might be playing on the street. Some people might be singing, and they just, what I'm saying, they walk past. Some people will stop, watch for a couple seconds, throw a dollar, a quarter, whatever in the hat or whatever is bottom, and go about their business. Like it's sometimes like, especially to celebrate, I guess, the warm weather breaking in and everybody being outside, being cheerful, because the years we be having when it's so cold out here and shit. But
Bro, I don't
yeah,
know
like
if your cold is my cold. I'm gonna go ahead and
it's not, it's not, it's I know
hold
it's
on.
not, because
Let me
I
check it today. Cause yo, I saw the number today and I'm like, yo, it's bad. Let me tell you, it is currently 8 degrees your temperature.
yeah, yeah, that's why I said it's not. I mean, we sitting on. Hold on, let me look at shit. Hold on, what we sitting on today? He said it was cold, but it 30. We sitting on 30 right now, and it feels like 22. Okay, all right, yeah.
Yo, to
See, but that's
translate
what I'm
that
saying.
to our people, that's -1. Shit, I wish it was only -1. I don't even have to wear a hat when it's -1.
Yeah, y'all code is. I know. Like I said, apparently, since doing these interviews with you, I've met some folks in your country that will tell me how freaking cold it is, and I'm like, y'all alive.
No,
y'all didn't turn into snowmen. Y'all
we're
didn't
not
turn into
even like the
snowmen.
worst of
Like,
it. It gets colder in other parts. We're like New
oh
York.
no,
We're basic, like, to be fair, like I've looked at the weathers. Like we're like a degree colder than New York usually. So like we kind
yeah,
of have that, and we're
yeah,
like just as close to the water with all that shit. All the things that happen to
yeah,
them happen to us. So we got the humidity in the summer. I'm the icy cold blasting fucking misery. I don't know. A lot of people like winter here. I don't. I just detest it.
I believe you. I believe you. And I mean, it's like that here too. Even though it's not probably it's again, it's not y'all
Nah.
cold or New York cold, but it's the same thing. They be like, oh god, I wish I lived in Florida. Then they move down south. You know what I'm saying? We hear it all the time. But um, at the same time, like, because we right by the me, Maryland is right next to Delaware. We right by the damn ocean, so it's like,
You guys are pretty like near us in terms of shit. Like I'm not trying to disregard it. Like
yeah,
you're a little souther, I think, than other things. I was recently looking at where Maryland was on Google Maps.
yeah. No, we basically the Mason. We right on the Mason Dixon, so we get confused sometimes. They don't know if we north or south. You know what I'm saying? So they like, um, kind of like, I mean, I don't know. I still say East Coast, but I don't know. I guess it just depends on how you look at it, I guess. But yeah, we right on the line, so we just
I
sometimes
mean, for
they get us
me,
misconstrued.
it's super simple. Y'all south, cause we north. We the north. Hashtag we the north.
well, well, obviously that's
I did a sports thing.
that's that's a given. That's a given, yo. That's a given. That's a given. That's a given.
Yeah.
But nah, but no, but yeah, like so, but like yeah, it's kind of like that with us. Like wintertime, it be harsh. Some, but see, our weather is weird though. Like it'll be, it'll literally. Well, I don't know. Maybe some of y'all, some parts of y'all country, they'll probably do the same thing. But it's weird though. It'll be like, oh snap, it's 65 degrees today. Wake up 31. Then you wake up 78.
Bro, that's
Then you
literally
wake
here
up
too, bro.
48. Like,
That's here too, 100%. That's it's like, yo, let's bring this some real tips. Since climate change kicked in due to the poor habits of humanity, that shit be getting scary bad. Cause we getting like really weird temperatures in December now. That like, part of me loves. Yo, I cycled in December. There was no. I was just went to work or some shit like that on the cycle. It was like stupid. I'm like, and then 2 weeks later, snow and shit. But like that's stupid. That's not
mm-hmm,
like that's like you can't
yeah,
deny the shit. Like Al Gore was right. And
mm-hmm,
one of my favorite South Park moments was admitting that Man Bear Pig was real.
yes, 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 yo, yes. Watch out for man bear pig. Man bear pig. But
Yeah,
then it was like,
they
but
brought
then
him
it was
back,
like,
and they were like,
yeah,
he's real.
yeah. And then he really was a menace. He beat Satan. Okay, I'm not gonna spoil nothing. I'm not gonna spoil. I don't know if
Nah,
people
this
saw
is
it.
like,
Um,
bro, we're talking like if you waited and slept on 4 or 5 years of South Park, because this isn't even that new. We ain't even spoiling some
no,
shit. The only things we shouldn't spoil is the pandemic specials that just released. I
that's
don't
why.
think they should be
So
spoiled.
so so that's why I said I don't want to spoil too much because
Mm.
there was it's revisited, but I'm not gonna. It's been revisited.
Yo, all I'm saying is get on your South Park shit if you ain't watching. I don't know how y'all be
Yes,
sleeping on South
bro.
Park. It's still the greatest
Yo, it's
fucking
still
show.
crazy.
It's still like,
Still crazy.
yo, them and John
The
Oliver.
man sleeping, sleeping. Yo, what? Come on now. Yeah, get up, bro. I'm
Yo,
telling you, get up.
I fucking swear, on Monday mornings, I wake up and rush to YouTube to watch Last Week Tonight before it gets pulled. Because if you do it before 7
Yeah,
a.m.,
they do. Yeah.
you're good.
Hmm.
But if you miss 7 a.m., it's done. And it's literally like that on
Yeah.
Monday morning. Otherwise, you have to go to the shitty site.
Yep.
And
Yeah, and you don't want to do that.
wait till Tuesday. Nobody want to
Oh,
wait till Tuesday.
oh no. To see what you were supposed to see Monday, like,
Yeah,
come
which
on,
is
man.
already late because it
Come on,
was
now.
on Sunday. You know,
Yeah.
like
Like, you know what I'm saying? Then you like, yo, it's today though. Like that was, you know what time it is? You watching this? It's tomorrow.
I like making like
It's tomorrow already.
7:45 a.m. John Oliver references, where like the two people on my Facebook who understand what the fuck I'm talking about heart it. I'm like, yeah, you also watch John Oliver in
Yeah.
the morning.
Let's go. Like, yo, come on, man. But yeah, man. Shoot, yeah. Like, it's really getting real out here, bro. It's really getting real. It's really getting real.
Like the,
But no, we just sitting up here doing the damn thing, you know. Just doing the damn thing.
are you gonna get into the metaverse?
I need to. I keep hearing about it.
Mm, it's wild. I went into Alt Space VR, and I'm not even gonna lie. I'm pretty sure it's the no, it's Harlem. It's the Harlem something something opened up a mall in Alt Space VR, and there's a mall like there's stores for
Oh
rent
shit.
right now, and people be making like
Oh shit.
jewelry for your avatar and shit. Now I like loafed on VR all of last year because it is interview shit, but I decided to like run it yesterday. I did my first VR stream. And I was like, whatever,
Okay.
this is trash, this is trash. And then I saw the mall, and it was at the end, so I like killed it. But like, yo, I'm walking around the mall. I couldn't figure out how to get to the second floor, but it made me go, yo, this is some serious shit, though. And then you find out about people copping houses and properties, and you realize NFTs have value in the metaverse. They don't have value in real life. But you know why they have
Uh,
value? Because you can't just put the fucking GIF in the metaverse. They can use Facebook's copyright
No.
shit to strip it. They can't. Anybody that creates knows about Facebook's copyright. So y'all sleeping on NFT. I mean,
Terrible.
and it's stupid. Because
Terrible.
in 10 years, it's going to be like how Facebook is now. Companies are going to hire people like me right now as my role with Facebook for my company to be the metaverse guy at their company.
I remember you telling me that. Yep. And I already know how that's about to go because it's like, yo, you're right. And it's bad enough that Facebook has like been dropped for less.
Oh, the copyright's terrible. Yeah.
Because like you can really like get a whole live stream. You play 1 second of like something, and you can get your whole live pick. You'd be like,
yep.
But then the whole time, all you had to do was, I don't own the copyright to this. I was like, why do I have to put that? Duh, I'm not singing this.
Nah,
like,
no, but even with that,
music, bro, like,
I've had like I think it's Universal or Warner, one of them two. They'll no contest. They just block your shit.
yes.
And I'm talking like, because when I was doing my album reviews, y'all gotta understand, I was playing in fair use, as in, yo, if I could go to court for that shit, I would have. I mean, I wouldn't, because there's no money attached to it. But like, let's say we had money attached to these videos, I would have gone to court and I would have won. Because I was only putting 5-second clips, and the rule was we had to talk about the song for at least 2 minutes to a 5-second clip, and I never broke that ratio. That shit was long. So we are the literal definition of fair views. I can't get monetized on Facebook. They flat out told me, fuck you, you'll never be monetized on this shit. And every now and again, like Warner or somebody will just mute some shit. Usually they'll mute the part, but it's happened where they like block my video, and I'm like, and you try to contest it, but like there is no contesting it. Now what really fucked me up was on Instagram. I posted some shit that's me, my music, but I didn't do it through like. This isn't through Reels or anything. I did it like before the song came out. Now they flagged it, so they let me contest it. I said, "This is my song. I'm the copyright holder. I give myself permission, whatever." It rejected it. I did it twice. I did it a third time, and I realized that doesn't mean anything. I don't know. I can't get past it. It just like, and then. Granted, these aren't important videos to me, so again, I'm not really going to fight it. Now I just use Reels. But, like, the end of the day, it's like, I can't use my own music. Or, like, even TikTok, it'll do some shit where, like, it puts original sound on the shit that you upload yourself, like a flag. Bruh. Like, this wasn't used through our system. Tisk.
Oh, my God.
Pish, posh, y'all starting to piss me off.
Bruh, but no, yo, okay, so we can talk about that. So, all right, did I tell you? I think I don't know if
even if you told me, you can tell me again because it's this interview and it's relevant.
So, right, you right. So, all right, so I'll tell you the last time that this happened, and it involves YouTube and actually the song Mick Foley. And then I'll talk about the most recent one. So, Mick Foley, I put Mick Foley up, right? I put up Mick Foley on my personal YouTube page, right? Like I put out like just the video, like not even like a music video, but just like the picture in the video. And see, I already released it on my streaming service. All right. Like me and my cousin got a nice little situation with distro. And I posted it. He was like, it's everywhere, like whatever, cool. I posted on my YouTube. I get copyright.
Bro, did you check the box for DistroKid? Because, yo, on DistroKid, there's a box that says, we'll flag shit on YouTube for you. And I never checked that box.
Yeah, I checked it. Well, for that song, I checked it. And I put it up because I thought that... So, this was before you had the verified artist page thing. Like, this was right before they started that. So, I was like, okay, all right, cool. I'll post this on my page. They'll know it's me. Copyright strike. I was like, it's me. You see my name is right. It's my name. It's me. They're like, yeah, if you want to do it, you send an email. So I was like, okay. But here's what's fun. They struck it. And then they paid me the money in my
Oh, but DistroKid takes 25% or some shit. Just keep in mind, DistroKid is taking a chunk of that pay. So while it went through it, if you got $100, that means DistroKid got like 20 or $25 or whatever.
25 bucks of
So
it.
that's
Yeah,
really what
I heard
happened.
about that
It's
shit.
a little bit of a. It's like, I guess it's cool, right? Like, so look, I want to defend. I do want to take a second to defend the copyright system. We're talking about
No,
us
right,
getting
right.
flagged by a system because we didn't understand the terms and conditions upon which we check boxes, and these are the consequences of our actions. That's the reality of
Right,
this.
and I agree with that.
Because
I
if
agree with that. And I
you
agree with that.
saw homeboy having your shit monetized with 1 million views right now, you kind of want the mechanism in place to take that money.
Yeah, for sure.
Because
For sure.
you cannot afford to lawyer up, I bet, and deal with that shit. Is my
No.
honest things.
Mm-mm. No. Now the second instance was Instagram. You mentioned Instagram. So recently I put a free verse out over one of my homies' beats. His name is Sapuda. He's dope. He's like indie, but a lot of indie folks uses his beats or whatever. Now here's what's funny. So uh I put the video up on like Instagram. I tagged the producer himself and everything. He even liked the video. He was like, yo, this is fire. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, okay, cool. Yeah, it's going around and circulating. I can't promote it because apparently, I guess because he owns the copywriting, I can't put like an ad on it and promote it that way. I posted on TikTok. The same thing that happened to you on TikTok happened to me. They was like, we gotta strip the audio from it because it's owned by da 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 da. So I had to repost it. It's actually not bad, but the same thing happened. It will not let me promote it. It won't let me put an ad on it. It won't let me do nothing to, but I can at least share it and they'll play it, but it will not let me promote it. I was like, damn, man. Like, I'm not even trying to get money off of this. I just want some interaction. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, same thing happened to me, bro. Literally, maybe a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, I mean, like, it's just again the shifting climate. Like, the other
Yeah,
side of it is like, I kind of like the fact that people make TikToks out of my songs sometimes.
me too.
That part's fun. Somebody made a TikTok of a
Yeah,
dog on a treadmill to lose weight, and I'm like,
that's
what else could you
fire.
fucking want in life, really?
That's
Like,
fire.
I want more people to
That's
do that.
lit.
I just imagine that was a trend. People's dogs on treadmills to my song, bro. Like, if nothing else, that's a good way to be that guy.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. That's lit.
Hold on.
That's
I
lit.
gotta ask
All of
a
that.
side question. Is Apple TV as good as Mr. Flacco Bayo makes it sound? Because I've never had an Apple
Yeah.
TV.
Yeah, we got two in the house. I got one in the bedroom, one in my living room. It's great. Like you can literally put all your like whatever you watch shows on Hulu, Netflix, whatever it's all there. Apple TV service itself kind of has some decent content on there, and yeah, you straight. Like it's pretty good, man. Like I have no complaints. If you ask Ron James, he'll tell you the same thing. Apple TV is pretty legit, man. Like and it's not that expensive. I think the pucks are like what are they 150 something. It's not super crazy. Doesn't break your pockets completely. You know,
That's fair.
it's pretty good.
I'm gonna inevitably cop a new Apple product. I googled them and I saw that the iPhone that's like the next gen above mine is not really that much better than my phone. And in my heart and soul, I was like, I could just wait a year.
I'm
and
waiting for
get
the 14. I'm doing this thing. I'm the 14. I'm waiting for the
and
14.
then
I
I'll
just
just
I started to get it because I'm due to like well I'm with AT&T, so I'm due for an upgrade, but at first they was like, oh, well, why don't you just get the 13 if it's not that much better than what I have? So I was like, I'm just wait till the 14 drop
yeah.
and then I'll get that.
And plus, like, even if I just run the amount of money I'm saving right now, not paying for a phone, it'll pay for the down payment on that phone. So it's gonna be the
Exactly.
exact same shit
Exactly.
as if I had upgraded now. And yo, let's be
Exactly.
real. I'm on the Samsung life right now, so shit's
I
still
can dig that.
working.
Yeah.
Shit's still
Yeah.
nice. It's just,
I love what's the next
bro,
shit.
I want to be like an Apple motherfucker, just so I could walk in and be like, I like Android better. but I'm pragmatic.
Yo, I was straight up like, yeah, like me and wifey was straight up like, oh yeah, Samsung is the truth. I ain't moving. What's the point of me moving? The main reason I got Apple is because of what everything I do with music, and it's so crazy how you can like send files and do all of this stuff at the blink of an eye, rather than with Android, you kind of got to go through a little bit, but
Mm,
that's not me taking away from Android. Like I was just me and her, we were Samsung fiends. Like we had the S9s. I always got all the notes. I love the notes. The notes are fire to me. But like all the Galaxy notes, loved them. I had like I got an Apple Watch now, but I had the Samsung Gear watches. The watches
mm,
were fire. They were fire. Like to me, Samsung to Android is how Apple is with like iPhone and stuff. Like Samsung is like fire to me. But I once I started getting that, what I'm saying, down with Apple and stuff, like yeah, I can see like the accessibility and everything behind it. Like it's so clean. Everything is clean. So I mean, I don't hate neither one now. Like I like if there were no more iPhones, I'd go right back to Samsung. Period.
nah, but you know what the thing is the apps, bro. There's just better
That
apps.
too.
And
Yeah.
and I don't. The thing
Yeah.
is when you were like so caught when you get caught up in Android life like me, like since Galaxy S3 till today, I've been an
Yeah.
Android guy. I didn't know, cause
Yeah.
you
Me
don't
too.
know. You just don't know that. And then I started looking into shit like best apps, and you start realizing iOS only, iOS only. Then Clubhouse
Mm-hmm.
happens, and Clubhouse is like iOS
Mm-hmm.
only, but Drake's there.
Mm-hmm.
And you're like iOS only, but the Lion King cast is singing Christmas carols. iOS only, but
Yes.
and I got the code right away, and it was, did me no good. Cause my Galaxy,
No, because you. Yeah.
and I was like, damn,
Right.
I just now like Clubhouse is all established, and I don't know how to get in, and it's weird and scary. I wouldn't say it's like legit
I
weird
mean,
and scary, but like I don't know. I feel like it's not cool. Like it's like really set up. Like everybody's there and they know what they're doing, and I'm like, oof, that's different.
I get what you mean. I get what you mean. And we like, because it was like, it's so many rooms in there, bro, and you really don't know who you're talking to. Like, you know what? You know what? And me and my cousin was talking about that too. And I think that's kind of why we kind of pulled away a little bit from Clubhouse for a little bit because, yo, at the end of the day, anybody can say anything about what they're doing and whether they believe in it. That's funny because that goes back to the discussion we had earlier. The Pandora's box of not knowing. Anybody can say anything on there, and you be like, "Word, yo, he be knowing." And then you go look up dude on the net, or you go try to figure out if he's real or not. You like what? Huh? Like this ain't you, cuz. No, this ain't what you did. The information that you displayed to me is not what's registering right now. Please tell me what's going on. Like, so you don't know, man. That's the scary thing.
I think it's
Like,
like
so I
it's.
talk.
I think people just misunderstood it. Like it's viable, like to be a clubhouse for like
Yeah.
your squad. Like, say we made a content consortium, it would be like a place for us to have calls, more like that,
And that's what I'm saying. Yeah.
and then like already, like I feel like if you're established, Clubhouse is a fire tool,
Yes. Yes.
but like
You hit the nail on the head. Yes. Yes.
I'm not established, so TikTok's a better tool.
Right. 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 Okay. So yeah, and that's how it is with me. Like even with everything that I've done, I'm like, again, that's the same thing. I'm not old, bro. I'm not like, I'm not like super crazy. You know what I'm saying? But so here's the thing. So I don't know. Like I've gotten into some of these rooms and like, okay, so are you familiar with Griselda? Like Benny the Butcher, Conway the Okay, so I got into a room with the chick who apparently did like the whole Griselda tag. The chick, you hit a crystal, that chick. So she was in one of the rooms, and I met her. Like, and she was telling me like her situation with them or whatever. And I'm not going into the detail with that or whatever, but she was telling me, I did the joint, like I did the tag for him or whatever, and blah blah blah. I'm like, for real? So how did that really go? You that's what he was like, yeah, it was cool for the time being, And I'm gonna just keep it at that. But my thing is that you know she's not like you don't know. Like she could just be saying that or whatever, and you'd be like, all right, whatever. You just don't know. But see, me, I'm a face value person. If you gonna say something, I'm like, okay, all right, cool. If
I
that's what you
suppose
did, that's
that's
what you
nifty,
did. But
right? And because that's the thing is, it's so like oral. Like I went into although just because I don't do a lot of Clubhouse, I ended up in this call on Twitter though, because Twitter jacked Clubhouse, which was really smart of them.
oh yeah, yeah,
Like it didn't
yeah.
take off on Facebook, but like on Twitter, it seems to be like really doing damage. And
Oh
like,
yeah, the what is it? The rooms, is that what it's called? Rooms, Twitter
yeah, I
rooms,
don't remember,
something like that.
but like,
But I know exactly what you're talking about. Yeah.
and now I'm watching Mans is talking about fucking NFT white paper projects on how to turn NFTs into vinyls. And like, I don't,
Yeah, okay. Yeah,
uh,
and it's crazy. I've been hearing about that on like YouTube and stuff too.
and I don't
Yeah,
really
like that's the
fully
thing.
understand the thing, but they were able to describe
Me
it,
neither.
and then it would be like, and I was like, because I know one of the guys on the call, and I'm like, oh, say word. Some people be doing some next
Mhm,
level
right.
shit, and that's cool. Because I totally don't want to know how to do all the next level shit. I want to know how to do other shit that ties into the next level shit. So they help me and I help them. Hashtag VR,
I'm
baby.
with you.
I'm a VR motherfucker.
I'm
That's where that shit
with
comes
you.
through. Bro, I'm not even gonna lie. I gotta
I'm
pee
with you. I
real
want to know the
bad.
other stuff.
I gotta take a little pee
Yeah, I've been
break.
doing
Doing the exercise shit more, but like, yo, cause she got me the Ring Fit for Nintendo Switch, which has the little fucking ring thing.
Oh yeah, yeah.
So it's forcing me to do those hit workouts via video games,
Hmm.
and it's hard because you literally have to do like squats and yo. I
Yeah.
learned what a plank was today.
Yeah, my mother has
I
the
got my
Wii Fit
ass
too.
handed to me by these planks today. Now I have to do more
Yo,
planks.
plank scare.
That
They
was
will kill you.
that was painful.
I used to box. So I used to box. So like I did all of that. Like
Mm,
certain like especially certain calisthenics, they will kill your ass if you if you do enough. But you will look lit the longer you like your jaw. You'll get cut right up. You keep doing
yeah,
them. Like I used to, especially like the stomach stuff, because I when I was fighting, I used to have this like ultimate fear of going down from a body shot because I'd be like it was one fight changed like because it used to be like oh don't be worried about that, but one fight that changed like my perspective of that I was a little younger. But it was De La Hoya versus Bernard Hopkins, and De La Hoya was winning the fight, winning the crap out of the fight. He was beating him to the punch, and then Bernard just slipped him one liver shot right to the side, and De La Hoya's like, I feel nothing. I I I I it just kept fought like he did not get up. He's like, I couldn't make it. He was like, I couldn't beat like you hear him in the interview frustrated, like, I could not beat the count. I could not I was like, oh nah.
you're like
That's
core
not I
strength.
don't want that to happen. No, nah, I'm not. I'm not. I don't want that to happen to me because I'll be sit up there literally. You could literally like you just never know, man. So I used to be like, all right, no, I'm doing sit ups. I'm running. I ain't tiring me out. Y'all gonna wear me down. Nope. Like I used to run all the time. She was kind of making me want to get back into it because the extra like cardio, bro. Like the
Yo,
wind, like you don't be winded no more, yo.
it's the best, bro. Like it's been like I don't
Yeah,
know. I kind of like slept on it all for 2021, so I was getting like sluggish. But now I'm like
me too.
really like getting back into it. And yeah, I do also
Yeah,
just freelancing VR boxing. So like it's like shadow boxing, and it's cool if you're like me and you dance like you're super white to like learn how to move to the beat. That's like the biggest advantage, right? Because it's not just punching; it's like punch, 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 and you gotta like it synchronizes you, so you get used to like
yeah.
having your upper body and your shoulders get more involved in the
Mm-hmm.
action, and
Yep.
it's like fucking, and then you have a lot of squats, bro. I'm gonna have a booty.
Yes.
I'm gonna be thick when this is all said and done.
Yeah, bro.
That's the quest, bro. We getting thick up in here because yo, there's so many squats I do a
Mm-hmm.
week now, hundreds. That not even
100.
hyperbole. Cause yo, every workout,
Yeah.
like both the workouts involve squats. So like today was my like, yo, I might need to give my knees a break day.
Oh yeah, no, I felt that. I feel that. Nah, cause your legs, you do enough. You be like, yo, why? Like you be standing there like, yo, why am I standing, bro? This shit heavy now. Like I don't even want to do it. Why am I walking? I gotta walk now. Like after squats, yo, like I gotta walk now. Like this is trash. But then again, yeah, after a while, you keep doing them. You feel like you could dunk on Shaq. Like he will start jumping on high. Like
Nah, for real though. It's like I started noticing like, wait a second, I'm squatting down and lifting things the way that the internet says you're supposed to lift things up.
to lift him. Yep.
I ain't doing that crouch shit. My legs got the strength to
Mm-hmm.
handle the situation at this point. Healthier shit.
He like, yeah, we getting real nice down there, bro.
No, but it's like it's music though. Like if you think about the live
Yeah.
performance, that shit hella competitive. Like ain't nobody want to watch a
Yes.
34-year-old white guy stand still on stage rapping.
Point.
I
You
gotta
gotta have
do
a little
some
bit
rock
of, you
star
know what I'm
shit.
saying?
You know, like you gotta dance.
Yeah.
I'm working on my stripper moves because I'm like, fuck it. I'll just
Not stripper
nah,
moves.
bro. I'm saying pelvic thrust. I was like curious. I'm like, what do the guys do? And my girlfriend was making fun of me. She's like, bro, you ain't got no stripper moves. Your dances of seduction are trash, bro. Google what the professionals do. So I did. And then I'm like, you just shake your dick around like Pop Smoke. Pop Smoke apparently was way more in tune. And I'm like, okay. And I mean, go watch the Woo dance, bro. It's look how tight them pants
Oh
is.
yeah. Oh, the woo walking. The woo
Bro, look
walking.
at that shit. It's
Yeah.
basically shake your dick,
Yeah.
and I love it because the kids is like,
Mhm.
bro,
And
I
moving your feet. Yeah.
no, but it's also like I don't care if men come to this shit, bro. I'm here for the women. I know what's up, and I'm like, yo, this little
Yeah.
guy's got something figured out, and then he's now king of New York.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah, but like, yeah, but no, the woo walking is it. Oh yeah, you start woo walking, your feet work too.
Oh, it's
Yeah,
tough.
like,
Yeah,
mm-hmm.
I did some fucking drill dancing in the middle of the Bronx, bro, and they were like, a bunch of people started filming me and shit. I was like, yeah, I'm so glad I've been working
And
on
that's
this.
lit then. And that's lit then. Yo, let's see, it is lit then. Yeah, yo, like they really be lit. But yeah, it's like you just a little bit of, you know what I'm saying, just a little bit of movement. I used to like what I used to. I don't know if it's still a
Hold
thing,
on.
but I don't know. People like
Question.
that when I did it
Who's
on
making
stage.
hip hop for
What?
grannies? Came in the chat. The answer to your question, KRS-One. He's making hip hop for grannies.
Yo,
Because those are the same age. They're
yo,
granny age now. Because and all of them age
you're
people.
right.
I'm not being a shithead. I'm not. I'm being
No, but
actual factual
no.
history shit. Boo.
Mm-hmm.
If you
No,
was
that's a fact though.
20
Like
when I was born, you grandma age because I'm in my 30s.
but I do like. I'm not going to front his lectures on certain things. Are really riveted and informative. Like he really does put a lot of things still in professor.
No,
He's
facts.
a professor, but I'm just saying like a lot of his lectures, like you learn a lot, bro. Like there's some things people don't know. He'll touch down, and then he'll metaphorically break it down too, which is also what I like about him. I know some people have
Oh,
their
I see what
qualms,
he's
but
saying. He's actually, I misunderstood what he meant. He was saying, who making tracks like, I want to fuck the grandma, baby, watch you fucking knit that shit. I come around, make the tea, give me candy, bitch. Yeah, like that type of
Yo,
shit.
I don't know,
No,
bro.
but still, KRS-One, all respect. Like, I mean, that guy's got wildly out there opinions, but I believe that
Yeah,
he's contributed a lot to the marketplace of ideas of hip hop. Like,
absolutely.
I read the Gospel of Hip Hop, bro. That shit's weird. He's like a little bit of a religious leader in his own right, and I respect that about him,
Yeah,
and I get it, and I'm not part of that religion 100, even because like his version of hip hop and mine, my perception of hip hop aren't 100% aligned.
Right.
So
No,
like,
and that's why I said it's very subjective. Right. Right. Right.
however, I don't think I'd be as focused on archival and documentation, and literally this entire show probably, now that we're having this chat, would not exist without KRS-One in that book talking about the importance of it. And now look at me kind of walking in that direction a little bit. So yeah, dude has a whole thing, you know? So like,
Yeah,
I
bro.
very much respect it. I just was shocked at how like that shit's the Bible, bro. He wrote it like the Bible
Oh
is
yeah.
written. And he's God.
Hmm.
Not, he doesn't say it, but he,
I don't know. They made a they made a Jesus Bible.
hold on.
Well, actually, what's crazy is
So that,
it was actually funny. So, and I was like, I joke with Flacco about this a lot because he started that whole wave, but
mm,
he, as a joke, he's like, "Yo, yeah, there's a Jesus Bible out now," and I was like, "Oh, there's legit a Bible out now." But he started that joke, but somebody really made like a book for a Jesus Bible. Like it's funny as I don't know what. It's all Kanye in it. Hilarious. But but he kind of started that. It's crazy. I was like, oh, you should. I was like, I walked up. I messaged. I think I commented on what I was like, who we suing, yo? Because I was like, yo, who we suing? Because he done bitch your whole joint. He was like, nah, I knew that was gonna happen. D, I knew that was gonna happen. I was like, yeah, but we should pull up on. We should pull up on him real quick because they got a bit swag a little bit. All this stuff, but yeah, like it's funny, yo. It's so funny. But you're right. Like it's a whole thing. Like it's a whole entire thing. And but yeah, they it was a thing where like KRS-One was that like at one point, and I think some people got like out of control with it, but
nah,
you know,
this is what I
but
think.
I get it.
I think it's that a lot of old people don't like the fact that they're now the old people. It's the same shit as history. Like, bro, I got people wildly sometimes looking at me like I think as far as young people are concerned, this is maybe the framing I don't give anybody because I feel like let's just be fucking real. When it comes down to what's hip, it's young people. Hip, cool shit. Old, nobody's like, yo, 35-year-olds that aren't named Jay-Z, or like you got like a couple of tastemakers that like can really, I'm not that, maybe I could be, but at my current state, like I'm a microist of micro influencers, okay? Like that's the reality of the situation. I could maybe gain more,
I can
and
dig
in
it.
my heart and soul I think I'm the shit in my like whatever, but being like mad objective with it, like I'm 34. Yo, no 20-year-old be going. I mean, I hear you preach. I just saying like these 20-year-olds. I hear you preach. You saying most tastemakers are over 30, but like at the same time, that doesn't make me not old to them. People that are 20 be going, they're old. And I'm like, yeah, I kind of get it, bro. I got crickety crackety's back pains, and like the P game ain't the same, and like a lot of
Oh
shit be
man.
fucking. It's yo.
Oh
I'm just
man.
like, you know what it is? I'm trying to trip about being old in my own way, and it makes everyone else be like uncomfortable the way I spit that shit. But like, I'm not against being old. I love this shit. My 30s is the best period of my life. It's just that it is its own weird ass thing that's not the 20s. So like, I don't perceive it like in this sense of like a negative. It's like, nah, be like, there's that 20-year-old shit, and I don't really do that shit. I'm kind of old, you know what I'm saying? Like, whereas I also feel like I'm in the most finessed and like best version of myself I ever been. I make more money than I ever made. I have more confidence than I ever had. So it's like, why the fuck do I want to be 20 again?
Right.
However, when I talk to a 20
Oh
year
man.
old, they be like, man, you old. But they're like, you're not too old. Like, there's levels to old. And I get that. But, like, yo, I am very much reminded that I'm not young when I use slang and they look at me like, bro, you sound like Will Ferrell and shit. And I'm like, shh. Yo. And I'm not hating on them. I get it. It's because they got their
No.
own thing going on. And I just feel like
Yeah.
age is a weird thing. However, you're
It is
right,
a weird
preach.
thing.
I feel like tastemakers are old. I don't think 21-year-olds are tastemakers, but I do feel like there is this old and like young thing that's different. And I feel like, especially in the entertainment world, it's only like super recently, I think that like music consumers are as expansive in their desire to independently support music to like the age gaps that they are. Like it used to be, as I understand it, and I could be wrong, that everyone focused on the
Mm-hmm.
young people because they was the only ones buying the new shit. They was the only ones like sustaining it. And now it's like this wildly giant fucking thing. Who's the hottest under 25 right now? That's a hard question for me to like
That is a hard
answer
question.
because I don't
That is
remember.
a hard question.
I haven't been paying that much attention. I mean, it's like the thing is, I can't. Like, isn't Lil Baby under 25? He's pretty fucking
Yeah, I
hot.
think he is. I think. I
Like,
think.
I don't know how old they are. I don't pay attention like that though. That's the thing is I used to pay attention like that, and I'm like, well, the truth is, I'm like way more interested in like the Montreal shit. Yeah. So it's like, yeah, the source, to be fair, changed ownership and did stuff, but like media is kind of like in a weird phase. Now, Preach, if y'all don't know Preach, I should give him a shout out. I'm being a bad Twitch host. Fucking SO.
What up, Bree?
Yo, Preach is like wildly like fucking cool. So when he speaks, you should listen. I'll just fucking say what I gotta say, but everything he says, everybody should listen to. So if you watch this back and see his name here, cause yo, man's got mad wisdom in it, and there's no denying that. However, I still think that like in your 30s, yo, I remember being 20, 35 was not young. Like it wasn't that long ago for me. I can remember it, and now I'm sitting
No.
there like, yeah, no, I'm cool with it though. I just would prefer like everyone else saw it the way I did.
Yeah. No. Absolutely. I wish there was a way where, like,
Yo,
there
Preach
was
wants a
more like
verse from you,
unity.
Tizzy.
Right now, I
Not
can do that.
you want to do a little one off the top? Want to guess?
I mean, I don't know if you want me to.
I
You
don't
want me to
think
freestyle with something written? I don't
I
know.
felt like you wanted something in a bigger context, but now we're going in this direction because of the moment.
Yeah. Well, shit. What could I?
Nah, he needs a verse. He said he wants a verse, but yeah, spit. Yeah, that's what I meant. Like there were separate things. He wants a verse, and then
Oh yeah,
also that's what I was
I'm
trying to
down. Yeah.
convey, like two separate ideas.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
now we're in
yeah,
this
yeah.
direction.
Holla at me.
Hold
Yeah, I
on,
was saying, holla at
I
me. I
did
got
the things. Boom. We there. Hot commands. Yeah, they worked today. Apparently, they didn't work yesterday. Um, I don't know. I was doing a VR stream, so maybe something with the VR stream fucked up the commands. I don't know.
Word.
But
No, but yeah, that's cool. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I what's his cut? If you want, he can holler at me.
he just no.
Yeah,
The
holler
link
at
is
me.
right there, bro. It's there. We did it. Sir Tizzy
Sweet,
under with the
sweet.
underscore, the '09, the direct one. No confusions. No hacked account concerns.
Let's
Just
go.
what it is.
Yeah,
Now you got rap.
holler at me. Okay. Um, what was that joint? I'll do the joint. You know what? Hold on. Uh, um, trying to think.
It's okay. You got this, my guy.
Before I no longer show restoration, only premonition will prosper. Only God will know my final destination. The deadliest legacy live on and cancerous flows. No need to win the tour de France show and live strong. The block by exist, the cost of losses and low receipts. Call it congested figure with the bleach, brought by defeat. Nearly a disease affected. The coronary, but the remedy within the bars makes it temporary. Every pain I see, every pain, every see, everybody knows they couldn't even get the game from me. I'll be out here trying to go with it right in vain from me, but all the blood will probably get blocked from the blocks that they will see. I'm back up on it. They know this on it. They second coming. They always happen. Think it's Jesus. Second coming. I'll be running. They can't even get it. They dodging, ducking all the shots that I'm taking every time that I'm trying to run through. They notice. They couldn't back it. They showed us. I'm always focused, devoted, and older. They know they notice I'm strong and only having the part, having the heart, packing the stuff. Every time I'm happy to start. Look. Back then, everybody didn't want me, but now they want me. I'm trying to repeat my name like Mike Jones, hype home, thinking that they couldn't even get the right form. I'm on the line because I'm probably about to hike the ball, spike it up, and give it to the running back. They can run back. And he's saying I got to make a catch a contact like I'm getting lifted to the sky. And only just hunting notice they couldn't even float because I'm just getting by. Quietly, I see how I be. I be out here trying to go and think in the sky three, but I'm trying to kill it back in the day, right when Kobe was battling I3 for the title. Who really won it? Back in the 700. Only go back and they notice they can't even just run it up, try to dodge and dunk it till they go back in front of it. But every time I move it backwards, these niggas keep on putting this stuff in up. Whatever.
That was fun. That was fun.
I'm chill.
Yo, you made Chris Chrome show up again in the comments. He said, "Kill it, go, go." Nah, it's dope still.
Appreciate y'all, man. Thank you.
I appreciate y'all in the chats, but I also appreciate you, Sir Tizzy, because if you weren't here, it would just be me talking to myself, and not as many people show up when it's just me talking to myself. I promise.
Come on, man. I was going to say, it's not like you ain't, uninterested in nothing, you know what I'm saying?
No, but I am very much a saturated essence of a lot of me exists. I'm like everywhere. I like spread myself around,
I see what you mean.
Like a lot. So it's no not like I have no feelings of malice if people don't come to everything I do, because I wouldn't go to everything I do. That's the facts. I mean, I literally do in the creations. Yo, man. You know what it was? I started trying to follow. I tried to follow people's podcasts regularly. I took 3 of them and tried to watch them every episode when they dropped, like my peers and shit. Holy shit, is it like, and you're thinking it's just 3 hours, 4 hours a week. And I'm like, no, I can't stash tubes in my beard. Actually, could I? Maybe I could actually. But like, nah, man, I have to put effort into that. And so I kind of have a different appreciation for the relationship people have with content and like actually consuming it, and like the actual level of effort it is to put time into something like this long form piece of content. And that like I shouldn't be surprised per se or whatever if like, and the people who want to be here will be here, but what's beautiful is that it just exists forever after, and it's going to be on Spotify for the and Amazon podcasts and all the fucking places. And you know what, over time more and more people will just listen, and the conversation's still gonna hold up and be fire in my opinion. So like that's what this is. But like I definitely understand it because I'm do a lot of lives. But on my end, I have to now come up with more interesting diversity to keep those lives more stimulating so that I can flip it. You know, like I can't, because last year I just did the same thing. It was too many interviews, not enough flip it up.
Well, yeah, I see what you mean, though. I get what you're saying. Content-wise, though, no, it's not bad at all. Like it's not like they weren't like bad, though. You know, content-wise, you been doing the damn thing, boy.
No, I love it, man. To me, it's the ethic of it. Like, I just like the fact that I don't get bored. I just choose to do nothing sometimes, and it's wonderful.
Yeah, like, no, for sure.
And as long as I can keep that going, where every day I wake up and there's too many things to do, not enough things to do, then like my life's blessed. And I just have to like, like, man, I used to like have a life where it was like I was miserable, right? Like I didn't like it. I didn't enjoy the way my days went. I didn't enjoy the way I spent my days per se. It didn't give me the benefit I was wanting out of it. The relationships I had didn't yield the results I was looking for. And when I think a lot, especially because I've been off work, vacations are the fucking best and worst for that. You just get pensive, like real fucking pensive. And like, you can think about your life and all that shit. And it's like, yo, honestly, man, I've never been in the best, this is the best position I've ever been in my whole life on every front. There's no problems really, man. It's just
I'm with you, man.
And it's amazing. Yeah, it's like
I'm with you.
In my soul, it's like, oh shit, this is what I was hoping for when I was younger in my 30s, to be honest. Like on a life tip. Maybe not on a celebrity desire tip, but like on a life tip. I'm like, yo, shout out Zay and C for the follow. I appreciate that. Yo, it's nice to have you here. I'm trying to be better at my polite Twitch manners and be more welcoming. I got chastised by somebody in the chat the other day, and it sticks with me. Nah, fair enough. Well, I got rated by like 18 people, and my reaction was like, super high and I'm in the middle of this fallout area where it's creepy and there's sounds going off and like I'm just in the game and I failed to react appropriately and some guy was not having it and I learned my lesson.
Damn,
But
damn, man.
nah, I mean it's people, right? Like it's better to hear what somebody doesn't like, I think, than to not know it.
Yeah, feedback,
And that
feedback.
I like that. Like, I mean, I like knowing I can make the choice and how I want to move accordingly. But I'd rather understand it than like be in this position where you see people disappear and shit, and you're like, oh, I guess I fucked up somewhere. I don't know what to do with that. Okay,
All right.
let's run it.
Yeah, we just glad to ride it out and figure it out later.
Yeah,
Hey,
nah, man. But nah, your music's fucking proper. What else do you do? Like, what other things are you up to?
um, man, honestly, like I said, preparing for a wedding, freaking
Right.
trying to get into it to dabble a little bit more. I might start getting into beats again. I was at one point like kind of slowly like learning, but I might really try to dig into it this year, see if I can try my hand at it. I don't know what I'll be, but I'm gonna try to dabble into some things. I'm just at this point, I'm trying more stuff, keeping myself out there, you know. Um, shoot, hopefully more shows, you know, um, ones that won't get me sick, and I don't know, you know what I'm saying? Like just basically content for real. That's all, man. Same old, bro. I'm chilling, going places that'll probably change the perspective of doing things. You know what I'm saying? So just all good things right now. That's all.
That's dope, man. Yeah, like I'm happy to hear that you're doing well. Like I think that's like
Me too.
the best part of
For
it.
you. Me too.
Like I done sometimes talk to people and maybe like the life maybe don't evolve or anything, but like it feels like your world just attracts this energy that like has the winds coming through, and I think it's super admirable. Like I really
Hey man, I mean, I've always been a glass half full kind of person, but nah, I mean, like, I don't know. I'm blessed, black, and highly favored. I'm just, I'm thankful. You know what I'm saying? Like the situation has been like I feel like everything is on go right now for real. So and I'm thankful for that. And like humbling times, man. Like with everything with the pandemic and everything that's happened, I've been like so gracious for a lot of things. So I just I kind of keep moving forward, and and I just continuously be appreciative of like even just the smallest stuff. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, and I'm hoping like everything continues. Like I said at the beginning, I hope everything continues, not just for me, but for everybody that's like on a path, such as yourself and other peers that I have. You know what I mean? So it seems like everything's going, well now. You never know in life what could happen, but right now, I'm thankful and blessed to say that everything's been going smooth, man. I hope it's starting to go smooth for everybody else. Like this energy I've been feeling, like is like I said, it's just something different, man. Something in the air. Like all of us might be moving on that path of like leveling up. And I don't know. It's like everybody I love and care about, such as yourself.
appreciate
Like
that.
everything's been going on the up and up. Yeah, no problem, man. No problem, bro. Like everything's just been going on the up and up, and I'm hoping that it just continues to increase. You know what I'm saying? Because it's been rough. These past couple years been rough, but I just feel something in the air, like something revolutionary going on. But as far as I know, we shall see. It's still early, way early in the year. You know what I'm saying? It's only been 8 days.
That's
That's
true.
crazy to think about.
Yeah,
It's only been 8 days into this year, but I don't know. We kind of
this has been
I
like
saw that meme where
a lazy ass 8 days for me. It's just been like I stopped. I spent many hours just doing nothing and just, wandering around the apartment, floating. Because, I never do that shit. And I'm like, I'm going to vacation. My last
Yeah.
vacation was a week in New York. It was not a vacation. This was like a vacation. And I was thinking about shit,
Word.
bro. It's been wonderful, man. But now it's like real life is kicking back in because I'm back at work on Tuesday. And I'm like, oh, right. The year. Everyone's
Shit,
back
I
at it.
ain't.
Like
Yeah,
fucking
man.
work and shit
Yeah.
again.
I was working on through that shit, but I was back. I've been back at work, but at the same time, like, yeah, like the times you get to reflect, think, and have those like imaginative moments, and really sit down and ponder things, and just kind of wander off into your own like kind of psyche, and just think about things moving forward. Like that's those, like I said, the small things like that, like blessings, bro. Like it's beautiful. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, like I can see why you say that. Like, yeah, you really appreciate that time after a while, like especially in these kinds of circumstances and situations. You appreciate it.
Man,
So
it's also just cause
I'm with
like,
you. I
yo,
can
you
dig it.
have days sometimes where it's like I don't really go that much too deep into it, but it'll be like I'm up at like 6:30 and then I gotta read because that's on blah blah blah, and the next thing I know it's like 11:30, but then the next thing I know it's Wednesday and we did that 3 days in a row, and I'm like, oh shit, and then like it'll be like, oh, like Thursday evening and shit, I get a chance to chill. I know for a fact that the parents who hustle actually go through that shit way worse than I do. So, all the parents, I respect the fact that no, there is not a young one screaming and waking me up at unholy hours, distracting all my attention. So, shout out to parents and shit.
Woo!
But gosh darn, is
Thank
this
you.
pacing? Like I used to wonder why like rich people who work all the time take 5 vacations a year, and now I'm like, nah, you die if you don't. Like you just die.
Yeah,
Like
you do.
you
No,
literally
you
like
do.
the heart will give out on you or some shit.
Yeah, I'll be shoot. I ain't had a vacation in years, so this might be the year. Well, no, this will be the year when we finally going out of town and doing some more stuff. And,
Yo,
like I said, getting to know and get a new perspective on things, going outside of my own little realm. You know what I'm saying? So
you should come to Montreal. I don't know if you're allowed in
you
Montreal.
already know that's on the list. I got a list. You already know that's on the list.
I
You already know that's on the list.
I don't know if you should come right now though. Like now's a shitty time.
No, 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 no. Trust me, I feel you. But no, it's on the list. It is on the list. Trust me. Trust me. It is on the list. And you will be one of the first few people to know.
That's dope. Yeah, I know. Lockdown is it's, that whole vibe is still here. It didn't go away. It's more like it's back
Mhm.
again. And then I can get another shot next week if I want. And I'm like, okay, all of this is a vibe, I guess. Is it a good
Uh-huh.
vibe? I don't know. So that's like when people be saying like there's something in the air up here lately to me, it doesn't have the same like subtext you're having, and every time you've said it, I have to remember like, nah, bro, he's talking happy shit, and I'm like, oh, that's that energy, bro. Everybody be miserable. Sir Tizzy's like, nah, guy, I'm winning. I'm loving life. Taking that shit by the horns and getting it all. You sound like the videos Preach plays before a stream that are motivational and shit.
Oh shit. No, but it's not even just that. Like I said, like it's just I think it's with everybody, bro. Like it's with everybody. I mean, I think I don't know. It's just it's for everybody. Like it's something going on, man. Like I keep seeing more and more, like known statuses and records of people just doing their damn thing. I'm like, let's see, like in everything you doing. I'm like, yo, you getting up there, bro. Like it's getting real a little bit.
I feel like,
Get
yeah, it
real,
is.
bro.
Like, it's definitely like a different energy. I mean, I feel that energy a lot. I'm not gonna lie. Like, in my soul, I know something changed. It went from like the maybe became like, nah, I'm actually in the lowest tiers of whatever the fuck I want. I'm there. It's just now there's all this new leaderboard to climb. It's just like some fucking video game. You think you're gonna beat the level. You think this is the fucking last boss. No, bro. That's the middle boss before the next boss and the pull away boss and the next boss after that.
Hmm.
And that's just what it
Hmm.
is. And then
Hmm.
there's never an end. There's just more bosses. And you just get stronger
Yeah,
and like fucking better at that
yeah,
shit.
but I was gonna say you just You just keep leveling up, bro. You just keep going up.
I mean, yeah. I mean, I'm addicted to it. Like, I really am. To me, it's
Me too.
like there's like this thirst that comes out of like growth. Like, I really like look at life like, yo, I can't be like backwards. I can fail heavy, but I can't go backwards. That would be like weird to me.
Yeah. Yeah, you know what they say. You can't beat the game on advanced and then go back to beginner. it
Nah, that sounds wild.
is what it is.
Nah, but like for real though, like I'm really happy that you have that energy and everything. I'm totally like I have no idea what else to fucking say in this second. My brain is blanking like a motherfucker.
No, but no, like it's all in that realm though, bro. Like I think we all got something going on, and I think it's like truly it'll eventually the cards that's being dealt it'll show their hand eventually. You know what I'm saying? So I I'm all for it, man. And then, I think it's also the fact that it's because it's the new year, and even though it's early, it hasn't been anything crazy. So hopefully, it just kind of, we kind of get like that mellow year for real. Like maybe this is a year of celebration. Maybe this is like we just don't know. But right now, I'm looking at it. I'm taking it as like a blessing because we made it out of two two long stressful years of this mess. And even though it's still kind of going on, it's like maybe it's like
Yeah,
something like maybe it's something else. You know what I mean? Like I don't
I
know.
feel like something's happening. I'm like the illusion of the lot because I feel like yo up in Canada at least like the first year was like whatever everybody got Trudeau money so like like it wasn't
Yeah,
like actually hard,
yeah,
and then the next year it kind of started getting harder in September when the Trudeau money ran out, and all of a sudden, yo, people were like scoffing at like $18 an hour McDonald's jobs, and I'm like, watch how like things are gonna change next year. Simultaneously, the food
hmm
prices are going way the fuck up, which is like serious,
word,
and you're just like, oh.
word.
However, I feel like my habits are just way better and like smarter
Yeah,
so that like whenever the fuck this does get simpler again, like I don't know, I'm just more disciplined and shit because I have to be. This is that hard shit that like they claim the generation never went through shit. Well, now we went through shit. Okay, y'all can be happy. We went through some shit. But it's really like I say that in a good way. Like I feel humbler. I'm way humbler
yeah.
than I was before the start of the pandemic. Like I'm way more interested in people. Like I used to like almost brag about being antisocial and like hating people due to the fact that like society blah blah. Now I'm just like, you know what's dope? Humans. What's not dope? Being at home for a year. I
It's
just
like, yeah.
I gotta
You know what,
imagine
yo?
a
It's
lot of
alright.
people went
Like,
through that. Like, everyone all right? No. But like I went to the
yeah,
office at work a couple of times. I'm like, hey, these coffee chats are way better than they used to be. What's up? Oh, you have a house
what up?
still. House
Yeah.
shit.
Uh, it's like, yeah, you know what? Interaction ain't so damn bad. Like,
Nah, but like
straight up, yeah.
or like all of that though. I feel like I appreciate like a lot of people more too. Like you just and then you
Yeah, me too.
I feel like everyone dropped their shit though. Like everyone's just more honest now. It's like more peaceful to my mind because like it's almost like we all got bad at the polite shit. So like everyone's just blunt now. I've heard some harsh, blunt shit, and I'm like, this is simpler, harder but simpler.
Yeah, no, because now you know. Like, ain't no undercutting like Nick Young. You, you getting it right up, straight up and down. 6 o'clock. Like, you
Yo, Gort.
know what I'm saying? You just you just keep going, bro. You be like, oh, all right, cool, yeah, it's real. It's getting real for real. Yeah, I can dig it. I can dig it.
Yeah, I'm excited for the future. I mean, I feel like I prepared for it, so I'm not like scared of myself and what's coming. I'm real bad if it turns out that like you got to be like a farmer all of a sudden. I might be a little bit fucked on the farmer tip, so maybe I should learn more about agriculture and shit.
Yeah, I'm starting to think about that myself.
But like, I feel like I could provide value in other ways and make friends with farmers. So
That's true.
I'd be alright.
And yeah, link up. I was gonna say, all you gotta do is link up. Then you see what happens. How to do this, how to do that. You straight.
Yeah.
But hey, man, you know what I'm saying? Like, shoot, I've been on. Yeah, so once, like I said, once everything happened in December, I've been on pretty much on go. So now I'm just waiting to see where all the efforts take me. You go all the way, all the efforts take us. We just waiting to see where we going at for real. But
Okay, so
I can't sink any lower.
let me ask you like a real question here, cause like I've
What's up?
meant to ask you before. So last time we really went into paid ads a bit, and you were describing how small budget amounts over time will yield you a good amount of results because people will see shit more consistently. Then you said
Right.
this interview you spent more and invested harder. And where would you
Hmm.
recommend in the landscape of 2022 based on your efforts to invest? Like, would you put it into Insta, TikTok? Where do you think is worth doing this?
Um, not. I won't give a full recommendation, but I will say what I personally like. I like Instagram. If you pick the right things, you can definitely get into a lot more people's algorithm. I do like Google. I still mess with Google. Google is probably like the one I really like the most. Because even if let's say you promote like one thing, is we was talking about before the trickle down effect. So if you promote like one thing and people like that one thing, they'll go and scroll through and click on the rest of it. So that still stands like as far as like Google, but I think Google and IG, I like them a little bit more. Facebook, they're okay. I don't use them as often. But then and then Twitter, I haven't used like that either. I've maybe used it on once or twice. It's okay. A lot of impressions, but not a lot of like, what I'm saying, viewership count going up. But I have been getting a few follows lately. So, but yeah, I think still Google and IG I like the most right now. That's been helping me out a lot.
Do you do reels or like posts?
So I do both. But what I learned recently is with the reels, they've been circulating like a lot for some reason. Like I didn't even. So here's what's crazy. I put ads on certain posts, but when I just started doing like reels, the reels with no promotion, I'm getting some clicks. People are following me through the reels. Like my numbers are going up, views are going up, people liking it more. They sharing that. I'm getting messages if I do put the reels in the story. Like it's crazy. So I don't know, man. The reels are pretty lit right now. So right now, the reels are pretty lit.
I like the reels. I hate the editor.
Yeah,
I mean, I'm not,
yeah,
but like,
yeah. I don't. So that's funny you mentioned that. So I don't. When I do make or use their editor, I edit on my own. I still all right. So I still, what I'm saying, I still do the trailers nature on my own. I still push those and make my own, but so I use my own joint. I don't really mess with the editor like that on IG like that. I think it's not like as potent as trying to figure it out on your own. But at the same time, it's still, what I'm saying, when you don't have to use them joints, you make your own John this and you circulating it, they be like, oh, how'd you do that? This, that, the third, that. You get more questions, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, like but I see what you're saying. Yeah, the editor I ain't really too crazy about on there.
nah, but like, I think they like reels. You gotta be real careful with copyright though. What I discovered recently is if you fucking share a TikTok to Instagram and you got one of them songs in it, that shit not be carrying over and they be blocking you heavy right now. All that means is something's about to happen in copyright law. Something big's about to shift because
It
everybody's
is.
like cracking down right now. So something's happening.
It is.
But like, yeah. So like, That's my like real dislike of this whole system is almost like you have to make the same shit twice if you want to put it on multiple stuffs and do it right. Which,
Yeah,
but then I saw
I just be
this next man's on TikTok and he just makes 1 minute songs now, uploads them direct, not through the distributors, so they're not stamped. He just uploads them, makes his little TikTok videos and shit, renames the original audio, and I'm like, oh, say a word, you can do that? Like,
yeah, yo, yeah. I just got hit to that. I was like, oh, for real? You can do that? Hold up. So
and it's like
yeah,
now I
that shit
gotta write
helping.
1 minute songs for TikTok, and do I have to? No. Do I kind of want to see what happens with it
No,
a little bit? I wanna.
yeah,
Do I like the
like
idea of
that's
it? I'm like,
tough.
so I only have to put 45
Mm,
seconds into this. Ooh.
yep.
No, I mean, there's
Mm-hmm.
more to it than that because you're doing a lot of them. But like, I was just watching it and I was watching how he makes his videos and shit. And I'm not saying this from a like hate. It was just so curious. I was like, you can do that? That was my feeling.
Yep.
Like that's a whole thing you can do. I don't know what the impact of that is in music if it becomes super successful to make 1 minute tracks.
Yeah. But I mean, hey, I guess because it's only a minute, you're like, oh, it's more digestible in that way, I guess. I guess. But it's cool, you know. People do be messing with it.
Yeah, it's a different world. This and this shit's changing. Like on my forehead, against it, I
Yeah,
don't know. I just see what's happening, and I'm like fascinated by the fact that people can find success regardless of the mechanism, however that
yeah.
means.
And I rock with it. Yeah, and I rock with it. I mean, for the most part, like I ain't going. You know, I'm not. It's not a get real sour about it. You know what I mean? I just be like, okay, all right, things, getting a little different, but it can be. Like I just usually, I was like, see, yeah, because I'll just re-upload. Like if I can't use the one version or put in all of my socials, I just re-upload. All right, cool, and I'll make different versions for different platforms. I'll make an Instagram version of it, a TikTok version of it, and a Twitter version of it, and I'll just throw it up there, and we'll see how it goes with whatever platform it goes on. But
Do you fuck with Twitter a
yeah.
lot?
So, well, I said this in the first interview. You know, Twitter, like back in the day, Twitter like produced one of my old EPs. You know what I'm saying? Like I met producers and everything on Twitter. So it's pretty dope to me. Like you can just because sometimes you just never know where you be at. You'll send a tweet out and they'll be like, oh, somebody be like, oh, such and such has beats out if you want to buy them, and you're like, oh, for real, tag me. Actually, yeah, shoot, Twitter is how I got on AEW. So there's that. Hey, Twitter's dope. Twitter's still dope. It has its moment. I think if I have to have a preference though, I think right now IG is like my favorite right now. I've been getting more eyes through IG. Um, but yeah, Twitter cheap. Twitter's still lit. Yeah, Twitter's still lit to me.
That's fair. I feel like I just could do so much better on Twitter if I put the extra effort of copying and pasting because like I'm already posting a bunch of shit on Facebook.
Yeah, yep. But that's what I do. That's exactly what.
Yeah,
Oh yeah, let me upload this.
how many tweets do you make a day?
Not many. I sometimes I don't tweet at all. Sometimes I just be liking or whatever. But um, you get me on a good day, it don't even still be on that. Be like three, five, maybe on a good day. But if it's like a situation where I'm in a thread and somebody's responding to the conversation, then you'll get some good. You know what I'm saying? But if it's just like whatever, might get a good 3 to 5. Like I keep it light. I don't really. I used to tweet a lot, but I just be like, I share something, share a little word,
That's fair. I've gotten into ranting at TikTok rather than going on Facebook.
Yo, people don't real like my sister does the same thing, and people don't like it gets hits, especially if they're like entertainingly funny. Like it gets hits. Some people might respond to you. It's that's kind of dope to me too.
I mean,
But yeah,
I just got, I just don't know if I like Facebook anymore. I'm having a weird relationship with it.
so yeah, and that yeah, I'm with you on that. And see, me and my fiance say the same thing about it. Like, it's Facebook ain't really like what it used to be. It definitely isn't. It's not. But we be on Twitter, Instagram. Well, I be on Instagram cracking up and TikTok, and Twitter still, it has this undefeated days where you just be like, oh my
Yo,
god,
when a good trending comes and you're like, why is that
yo,
trending? And then you're trying to,
right,
you spend 27 minutes not
bruh,
understanding why something's trending and you realize it's
and then
because nothing. There was no reason. It
nothing,
was just
no
trending
reason.
and everybody's contribution is related to something different and you learn a
Yes,
lot of random shit about a celebrity and then you learn nothing really because you don't remember half of that shit.
right. Because somebody does something crazy, and then it's like a game around robin where everybody you say everything crazy. Like, okay, for instance, well, I don't know if this is worldwide. Well, y'all would say I know y'all got like Taco Bells up there, but they got Taco Bell wings now,
Do they?
and that was like the big thing. Yes, so that's the thing now. Like, you can get chicken wings from Taco Bell, and people were going ham. You got some people who was like, "Oh yeah, I love the wings," and you got some people like, "Yo, somebody said yesterday that it tastes like platypus flayed." I'm like, "Yo, what?" And then it was just a whole mess of random roast on the wings, like, and then like you said, after a while, you just like, I don't even know if these are good. Like, I don't know if these are legit reviews or people just trying to be funny at this point. Like, you just don't even know. I'm still getting them though. I'm fat.
Nah,
I'm still
yo,
proud. I don't
DJ,
care.
do y'all have the DJ Khaled wings?
So that's another thing. So he heavy on Uber Eats. He
Mm.
on, yeah. I have not tried them yet, but I keep
They don't
seeing
Uber
them
Eats,
and I keep
bro. They
hearing
don't
that.
Uber Eats to my crib.
For real?
They were Uber Eats to my business office place because like where they're
Right.
located. But I looked on my phone and they don't Uber Eats to me, so I'd have to Uber pickups.
I thought that was, and I've done that too. And I thought that was only here. That's crazy. So
Nah,
y'all
cause
got
like,
places they don't go either.
well, I mean, I feel like the store gets to set a range or something. Like there has to be something to
Yeah, they do.
it, cause like
Yeah, they do.
some people be
Yeah,
like driving 23 kilometers to deliver food to me, and some places are like, nah, you too far.
right.
But yeah,
And it all depends. It all depends on the place. It all depends on the place. It's the same here. You be like, oh man. Like, my mama would tell me, oh yeah, I get this place. And I'd be like, nah, they don't come here. I'd be like, they do not come here. Like, at all. Like, I be trying. I guess it's because I live in the cut, but they don't come here. And then you get all the other apps like DoorDash and all that. They be like, oh, well, try it on there. They might come that way. And sometimes you luck out. You're like, oh, you're right. Or you be like, no, they not.
or some because I
No, I
think
guess
what
I'm too
happens
out of
is like the restaurants try it or whatever. Cause like sometimes some shit will appear for like a day or a day or two, and then you're like, oh, say word, and I don't cop that shit, and then I go back the day I want that shit and it's gone, and I'm like, yo, it's wild that Uber Eats is creating FOMO. I don't want Uber Eats to create FOMO in my life. Like I don't need that shit. Okay, like it's supposed to be like fun.
it. Yo, you're right. That's crazy. Of all the things, right? Like,
But like this is
but then
some
it's just like, but we was like, shoot, like around here, like, I don't know about y'all. I mean, Pizza Hut around here, like, the Pizza Huts here, no matter where you go, they live in like a 1 block radius here. But everywhere else, they be like, oh no, they be coming out like 10 miles for real. And we just be sitting there like, my must be
hmm.
nice. Must be nice. But they don't come here.
Nah, I feel
They
like
be like, yeah, so, like, yeah, we live a mile and a half away. They be like, no, we can't come that far. No. I'll be like, really? Really, bro? I
nah, I
just
feel
want a
like they
pepperoni
kind
pizza
of
with the
like
stuffed crust.
stingy
Come
like
on,
that.
man.
Like I feel like the current Pizza Hut will come to us now, but like there is places where it's like that all over. I find like I feel like the last 6 years, the price of like ordering food added like a 33 to 40% increase overall. Just like that, just like swept in, and everything costs more, and it's like fucking like all the cheap. You know what really happened is like all the like food that my parents would have caught back when we didn't have money, kind of food, like the $10 large pizza deals and shit like that, but delivery versions, they be like fucking gone, right? And now we just stuck with like, oh, if you got money, you can Uber Eats, and otherwise go fuck yourself. Is the general perception
Pretty much.
Also,
Yeah.
you've been complimented by Chris Chrome on the wooden bead necklace a while ago, but we were chatting, so I'm late. But
Too much like my this the Kuma Street Fighter joint.
mm, fair. I had to think about what that meant for a second. But
Nah, yeah. That's the one of the I got the replica of the prayer beads we be wearing.
mm,
I forgot where. Oh, I got this off of Etsy.
yeah, Etsy's got wild shit, bro. I was looking at stuff
Yes, they do.
like wooden pendants, because I'm not necessarily that interested in metal bling, but like I like the idea of wood bling because it's
Mm-hmm.
kind of. And then they had like, I'm like,
Yeah,
shit, the fucking pendants look fire. It was like $100. I'm like, Etsy's alright. Etsy's got some fucking flexes on there, but like,
they do. These actually, I don't know if you can see them. Let me get them, but these I got these handmade. These are Louis Vuitton, but I got these handmade. Somebody on Etsy like from I don't know if this cap or not. Don't I don't know, but he said he stripped these from a purse literally and just handmade these and sent them to me. And they weren't super duper expensive, but I got these handmade. I got a couple of these. Like I got some Burberry ones over there too for my Apple Watch. It's pretty dope.
bro, now I'm sitting here going, my Fitbit watch and watch band are hella inadequate. It's like my little default rubber Fitbit shit. I don't even think you can see it.
Nah, but it's really. I was going to say it's really about it's all conformity and whatever you know what I'm saying. Whatever can help your style for real. So this is like that, then hey, it is what it is.
Nah, I
But I
just
just bought these off the whim because I did. They look
they
fascinating.
they
I
they,
was like,
they,
oh okay.
they look pretty fly. I'm not even gonna lie. I don't necessarily love the idea of rocking every fashion brand, but I do love the idea of having more stylish shit. And I just never thought about getting
Yeah,
handmade fucking watch brands. I just put my own fucking logo.
yo, it was off a whim. It was all off a whim. It was all off a whim. So I just was like, ooh, I was
No,
like,
but
this
it's
is
fire.
crazy. I didn't know you could do this. Right, right. So I was just like, I was like, let me see what these look like in real life. So I bought them. I was like, oh, snap, these are straight. So I
Yo,
kept them.
sometimes the impulse purchases are fucking good moves. Is all I'm saying.
Yes, yes, yes. Like I just got wifey some too. Like
You got what?
it's pretty dope. I said I just got my fiance some too. Like she was shocked that I got him. I was like, yeah, same dude, I guess. But yeah, he's a pretty
That's
dope.
wild to think. The guy figured out that you could cut up a bag and flip the bag
Literally.
into more
Yeah.
product.
I mean, that's what he said. But yeah, that's crazy. I was like, and that's how like, I was like, that's why I bought him. I was like, are you serious? He was like, yeah, like that's literally how I made them. I stitched them up and everything. I was like, what? All right, okay.
I'm going on
So
Etsy.
like,
I'm gonna go find Etsy shit.
yo, go ahead, bro. Like, I was gonna say it's interesting. That's why I was like, yo, you talk about the wood jewelry. That's how I got these. I was like, y'all keep seeing these, but I don't know if they have. But they got a lot of good replica stuff. Like somebody hand makes the Naruto headbands. Somebody hand makes those. Some people be, of course, you got hella people designing T-shirts. That's every fucking way. But actually got a whole bunch of designer T-shirts. They got like all kinds of stuff, bro. Like that's a wild place. It's a wild place. Shoot, I went searching for like headphones and all kinds of stuff on there. They got all kinds of stuff. Somebody said
Headphones?
something about glasses too.
I,
Yeah,
yo, glasses sounds like one of those moves where I'm like, yo, that person has to be like insurance person, like set up, cause like, insurance gotta be. You think?
well, I mean like the frames though.
Mm.
and you just put up like your prescription, and they send you the joint.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Just get whatever.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, like whatever frame. I don't know if that's. I haven't looked
Uh,
into that thoroughly, but somebody told me that. I don't
Maybe
know
I'm
if
just
that's.
spoiled with my
Don't quote
fucking
me on that.
insurance. I'm like, bro, I can't get my 80% back with that shit. Are you serious? That's my first thought.
Right. And I'm same here, and I got pretty good insurance now, but same here. I'm like, can I do?
Yeah, I can get the
Am I
$200 one.
covered?
Yeah, like it's like
Right, right,
I gotta
right. But I
use
don't
it.
know about the right. You gotta use it
It's like,
every year. So you like,
and y'all may be wondering why you say you gotta use it, cause yo, bro, they take like $600 a year off your paycheck for that shit.
yeah, they do.
It's like real
Yeah, they
numbers,
do.
so you may as well use your fucking
Yeah,
insurance. Of which I failed.
exactly.
I totally failed to do it this year. However, with glasses, it's a 2-year run.
Yeah, but I mean, I did. I used it. I definitely used it. Honestly, I ain't gonna hold you. I definitely used it.
Now I feel that. Yo, Tizzy, I appreciate you coming through. I feel like at this point, I'm not sure where the conversation is gonna go, um, but I love the energy of this. I think this was a great episode. Um, I'm
Yeah, I loved it, man. Always a pleasure having you know what I'm saying. Yeah.
I'm like,
Always a pleasure.
yeah, man. I really feel like in general, it's like good to just watch people who can like take their circumstances and make more out of them, which I find really it makes a better part 2 interview than maybe the versions where things are kind of status quo. Definitely because the energy's cooler, like everything's like evolved and it makes it more fun. But yeah,
I can dig that.
all of your links and stuff are in the description in the future, so don't you worry about it. For the audio onlys, I
Thank you.
guess Sir underscore Tizzy 009 with the underscore.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Ignore the one with no
Yes.
underscore. Call in fact,
Please
flag it and say it's bad.
flag that. Bro. Please.
And
Please.
and yeah. Otherwise, all your stuff's there, so everybody can find you, Sir Tizzy. But yeah, it was.
Appreciate y'all, man.
Do you have any like last words you want to say to the fine people in the universe of the world?
Well, shoot. Yeah. New tracks coming out soon. Just you got all of my accounts there. Follow those. You'll get more updates on what I'm doing. I'm doing a lot, shit ton this year. So please, yeah, keep up, man, because I'm about to start really putting my foot on the gas with everything. I appreciate everybody. I thank you for continuing to rock with me for years and years to come. And I'm hoping nothing but the best for everybody else. Like I said, I've been saying on stream, like I know it's been stressful. I know everything's been difficult with the past couple years with the pandemic, but for rocking with me. I hope I made you smile. I hope I made you laugh at least once, twice, something.
I
I
got.
don't care how long it's been for a minute, a month, a year. I don't care. Keep, I'm happy, man. Like just keep at it, and I'm with you. Need somebody to talk to. I'm here too. You know what I'm saying? So nah, but we gonna get it cracking. Content coming soon. Hell, content coming soon. We out here. We in the building.
Awesome. So yeah, I appreciate all of you for watching too. That did stick with us throughout the live.
Yes.
Thank you all
Thank you.
and the future people watching. Y'all are wonderful too. Make sure to like, follow, subscribe, all that good stuff that's in the world there.
Yes, sir.
And definitely looking forward to seeing y'all next time. And live long and prosper, everybody.